action-packed edition of the Tony Basilio Show is coming up next. Tips are always appreciated here at TonyBasilio.com, home of the Tony Basilio Show.
Listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Yours truly, Tony Basilio, and you rocking it out on a Monday, rocking around the Christmas tree. It's a pretty outstanding day to be along with you on this Monday as we real rock and roll to the break of dawn. R.I.P. Steve Tannehill. R.I.P. Rob Reiner and his lovely wife. R.I.P. That situation in Brown, and then what happened over in Australia over the weekend. God, what a terrible, awful, awful, awful weekend. Gosh. Pretty heavy-duty weekend, not going to lie to you. But here we are, ladies and germs, and it's a real shock is that while the Paul people sleep with the shade on the light, Diego Pavia and his posse went out and made fools of themselves. And I kind of want to go there with you on Diego Pavia. Who is apologizing today for disrespectful posts that he put online. F all the voters, but family for life. F Indiana sign he had up. Brian, I'm surprised his brothers didn't disrupt the telecast somehow. By the way, get better, Bino. Get better, Bino. Get better, Bino. Let me say this: get better, Bino. Pavia is a shock, though, that he would comport himself in that way. Aren't we shocked? Huge shock.
Just a really class family, Tone. Just a really class, lots of humility.
Yep. Really good people. I love them. I love those people. So the portal, we're starting to see names pop into the portal now, and it's getting kind of interesting. The great Portal Dave will be tracking it for us. Because he's a sicko. He follows the portal as soon as the thing opens, he's tracking it, stacking it, packing it, and tracking it. Tomorrow we're going to do DBs and quarterbacks. DBs and quarterbacks. As far as the portal goes, DBs and quarterbacks. So we've got a ton to talk about. Tennessee basketball. Bri, have you missed them? Or did you need a little break from the basketball balls? Tell the truth, Bri.
I actually did need a break. I haven't really thought much about them in the last week or so, and I just remembered they have a game tomorrow night that's pretty big. So I'll have to get back in the swing of things soon there.
They're playing a Louisville team that, as far as I'm concerned, is pretty good.
They look good over against Memphis, although Memphis now, they're not very good. Memphis isn't, but
no,
still.
I think this Louisville team's a Final Four caliber basketball team. They have excellent guard play. Coming out of the Memphis game, third in three-point attempts on the year. Tennessee is 220 in three-point attempts on the year. Threes made, Louisville number 1 in America, 13.5. Vols number 2, 10 in America. If Tennessee continues, Bry, to shoot the three ball like that, they're going to be a middle of the pack, middle of the bracket, like the Keon Jaden team that we had in 2021, Bry. That's what these guys will look like. You have to be able to shoot the ball in the game today. You have to be.
You can only hope that the regression to the means comes soon, because I think they're much better. They'll be much better than what their rankings suggest they are.
Isaac McNeely, who, if you want to look back at this and go, I'm not going to say it went wrong. I mean, that's an overstatement. But where did the train kind of go off the tracks as far as them being an upper? And it's too early yet to even have that conversation. But just for now, if you were to look at, hey, what's a culprit here? Isaac McNeely ending up there because they didn't have his major here when he was going to transfer is kind of a mess. Number 4 option on their team. Third leading scorer, 11.4 points per game. 26 minutes per game is what he averages. Shooting 41% from three-point land. He would have a bigger role here. They're so deep, he's the number 3 player on their team. They've got a guy named Ryan Caldwell shooting 42% on the year from three-point land, 86% from the line, transferred from Xavier. He's playing 27 minutes a night, 19 points per game, incredible efficiency. Tennessee is going to have their hands cut out for themselves tomorrow. Bride, be honest with me. Did you watch more of the Army-Navy game, the contest between Washington, and I use the term contest in quotes, and Boise State Saturday night, or the Villanova-Tarleton State game, Bri? What'd you watch more of?
The FCS playoffs were more on my mind than anything else.
Not
but yeah,
close.
The Army-Navy game was fantastic. What bit I saw of it.
It was incredible.
I saw more of it than that, but I mean, what I saw of it, I really enjoyed that too.
Kids that go out and guys like that honor what they're doing and play hard, and it's not about money. You know how I know it's not about money with Army and Navy? You're not allowed to take money. Do you know that, Bri? No NIL money if you play for one of the Naval Academy, or play for one of the academies, rather.
Didn't know that.
No.
But that doesn't surprise me, though.
No NIL money at all with those guys. No NIL money with those guys at all. At all. So we've got so much to get into, so little time to get there. Couple things for you, and I was going to do this with Bino here anyway, but we've never gotten around. In honor of Diego Pavia, let's think of some other low-class, low-life people in sports. Now, they can be low-class and low-life people associated with sports. They can be low-class and low-life people, broadcasters, if you will. By the way, really special show coming up for me on the next week's my birthday. Shout out to my man Mark Griffin, by the way. Shout out, Griff. Love you, Griff. Hope you get to feeling better. I'm telling you, man, rough weekend. Rough weekend. Got people sick, got people getting ill. Let's put together an all Diego Pavia sports team. It's like an era, Bri, where the more like low rent you are, the more exalted you are, the more appreciated you are. It's a strange era we're living in, like a shameless era, isn't it? It's weird, isn't it?
Well, now you've got 24/7 access to players and people that you didn't have before, and you can see more of that stuff. Yep. You can see more good and you can see more bad too, unfortunately, that you could maybe not have seen years ago. And with Pavia, especially going to a place like Vanderbilt that's never had much success, And it almost takes someone with an outlandish type personality to really succeed there, if we're honest about it. Franklin was sort of somebody you could actually put in this category too, because I don't think he's very likable either, as we've seen.
Jeffrey Stewart said, we made up majors for Josh Dobbs and Swiper Boy. We didn't make up a major for Josh Dobbs. Come on now, man. He's an aerospace guy. Pretty smart kid. Come on now. He said we made up a major for Swiper Boy. I don't know what that. No, Swiper Boy was a electronic arts.
He didn't need a major.
Yeah, he's a damn Swiper Boy for all I know. All right, so here's what happened with McNeely. McNeely's major and what he wants to go to grad school for, Tennessee doesn't have. Tony, are we talking about football or just anything related to sports in the sports world right now? And all Diego Pavia team, let's have some fun today. Let's laugh. I love Diego Pavia, okay? On the field. Everybody else wears a shirt and tie the other night. He can't be bothered to put a shirt and tie on. And I watched the Heisman because Laura made me watch it. And so, it's so interesting, though, that Vandy Nation has embraced him the way they have. And that's kind of what I'm talking about. Is it sort of like in sport and society anymore? It's like, if you can produce, we're just going to kind of look the other way. Even Vanderbilt's doing it. Even Vandy's doing it. The situation up there at Michigan, It's like, does this stuff ever end? So, if you want to get in with us, 865-200-5402. The other thing that I want to do is, now that we're through the season, everything's calmed down, and DJ Lagway's in the portal. And I was going to talk about quarterbacks today. Brian, are you keen on Lagway? As I say across the pond, are you keen on Lagway, Bri?
Well, I thought that back in the season, way back a couple months ago, that if he's gettable, he'd be someone Tennessee should look at. And now he's going to enter the portal, which he's not going to stick around, I guess, and play for Summerall. So that's very interesting. And if he can stay healthy, could he thrive in a Josh Heupel offense?
I look at him, and I look at a guy who's gotten, and I'm with Matt on this. I'm looking at a guy that can't stay healthy. And look, he was really, really good as a freshman. There is little doubt. But you have to wonder how much of that was just him out there playing on instinct versus this year when he had expectations on him. I don't know. But how much of that, I guess we have to wait and see on that. Because how much of that for him was expectation this season? How much of that was injury? How much of that was Billy Napier's offense is that bad and he got caught in it? And, I just, the bottom line is Tennessee's got an interesting list of guys perhaps to consider. And I don't have, in terms of, they've been very tight-lipped in terms of what they're going to do. And I give them credit for that. I sure hope that they've already gotten somebody, because here's the thing about the portal, and we've seen this. If you wait till people go into the portal, that's kind of a fool's errand. You have to, and it's a sad thing to say, but you got to tamper. All these sports call for that. They call for you to tamper. Now look, Louisville, they got lucky because Tennessee was going to get McNeely until it didn't work out. But McNeely was like, sort of a plan B for the Vols. As I told you, the Vols had a shooting guard last year that they had before the season, but the guy didn't have a good year. So he's elsewhere now. And I'm pretty sure they're probably doing that again, Tennessee basketball. Look at your roster, project who you think's leaving, project who you want to leave, etc. Some really good basketball, though, over the weekend as well. And Louisville was impressive with that Memphis bunch. I'll tell you who wasn't impressive, Bri, is Hoosier Vol Ryan's Hoosiers against Kentucky. I mean,
they looked good for at least 2/3 of that game.
They were struggling to crack the 60 mark there at the end. So we've got a lot to get into. Look, I just want to heartily congratulate some franchises in the NFL. And the other thing I want to do today is I want you to give me a letter grade for Josh Heupel and Tennessee football, who finished the regular season at 8-4. I'll tell you what about this bowl game. This bowl game's shaping up to be okay. Illinois' veteran quarterback's going to play. Our veteran quarterback's going to play. You're not going to have a tremendously high number of opt-outs. They've got a couple of key defensive players that are opting out. We're going to have a couple of key defensive players who are opting out. For the most part, it looks like everybody's going to play. Brazel's not going to play.
Arian Carter won't play.
Arian Carter, as we said last week on the show, is not going to play. And I think Tennessee will have another opt-out, maybe another one after that, but we'll see. For the most part, this isn't bad. For the most part, this isn't bad. But here's a question for you.
Take the over.
If you were looking at this season right now and the totality of what went on from beginning to end, what is the grade? I wanted to wait a couple weeks. And I told Bino on Friday we were going to do this. And Bino caught a little bug somewhere. But feel better, Bino. I hope we can bring you some joy today, Beanstar, while you're convalescing. You got to consider the whole puzzle here when you're doing Tennessee's letter grade, from my perspective. Now, there is very little doubt that Tennessee doesn't have what you would call a quality win this year. Okay, that's fine. But do they have any bad losses? I mean, it's not Tennessee's fault, and I'm going to call Florida a signature win for Aguilar's resume here, because he's a guy that won at Florida first time in 20 years. But the Florida team that we saw was a borderline layup. I think we would all kind of agree with that. It kind of reminded me yesterday of watching the Eagles and Raiders. And by the way, I want to shout out Raider Nation, Browns Nation, Cowboys Nation, Chiefs Nation,
Bengals Nation,
Jets Nation,
shovel
Giants
the snow off the
Nation.
seats.
Yeah, Bengals Nation can't even bother to get snow off their seats. Listen. And also Titan City. They have nations and the Titans have a city. Some of you, I don't even know. I do know why the franchises bother, because they're making billions and billions of dollars. I don't know why the fans are bothering, though. I was listening to Cowboy Radio last night. Their post-game show. And, I got this thing going on where when we don't have a lot of daylight, it's hard for me to sleep. I got one of those things. I've always had that I don't know what you call that. I'm a little sensitive, as they say in the trade. This is a hard time of the year for me. But I tell you this, the The NFL has some really, really bad teams. Bri, that Raiders-Eagles game was on here in the market yesterday. I tried to watch it. I mean, it was colder than the dickens here. It got so cold here. It's cold today. It's going to be cold tomorrow. But I mean cold. And so, you're going to sit in. You're going to cook a little pot of chili, which is what we did. You're going to watch some. You're going to eat some lunch and talk some sports. Steve Russell. That Raider team, Kenny Pickett at quarterback. They have no star players. I'm glad Mike Mayock was good on the NFL Network. Chip Kelly's offense is a total embarrassment. I turned it off. I'm like, what is the point in this? I turned it off. But I do want to say, shout out to Browns Nation who continue to show up and represent. They're a really fun follow online. Their boards, the passion of their fans, the way they go out in just the brutal cold and show up. The New York Jesters are just if Broadway Joe didn't have that win back in the day and you were a Jets fan, what would you have? Outside of for 5 minutes when Chad Pennington was there. What would you have? How could somebody care about the New York Jets? What a dreadful organization. So here's what I say. I say all that to say this. I know that this football season didn't go the way we wanted it to go. And I realize that even our high points this year were kind of marred by the fact that Florida kind of blows. And they do. But I still call that a signature win. So you have to put that into the totality of the year. A win at Florida. Now, look, the Georgia game, and Orange Throat today was talking about our special teams coach. And people are on this guy, and somebody explain to me what special teams are in college football. I know what they are in the NFL. I saw the Turpin guy yesterday from the Cowboys have a long return. It was brought back last night. But I saw a couple other teams in the NFL have great returns and, that sort of thing. Somebody explain to me, because maybe I'm dense here. What are special teams in college football anymore? First of all, there is no such thing as a kickoff return. Those days are done. We don't even return kicks anymore. Punts. Most teams have a guy, like our guy, that kind of runs around and then punts the ball. And so you don't even get punt returns in the game anymore. Everybody's got a pretty strong-legged kicker who kicks the ball out of the end zone on kickoff. So the return game is not a thing anymore. Throaty was banging on our special teams coach because we have our guys special fair catch balls. Hey, look. You think about this from a Tennessee perspective. Boo Carter, okay? Boo Carter checked out in July, and I'm not sure he checked back in. Boo Carter looked interested when they played East Tennessee State because he knew he could return balls, punt returns. Brian, did Boo Carter return a punt against anybody else this year? Anybody else?
I don't remember. I remember him fumbling a couple of them more than I remember any big returns he may have had. And those games he had maybe have had a big return again, sort of against probably just gets lost because everybody had big plays in those games.
People are getting on me on YouTube for saying that Florida's not a signature win. It most certainly is. When you win at a place you haven't won in 20 years and you're us, that's a signature win. I mean, really, if the Vols on video available at JCPenney, voiced by Mike Keith back in the day. Shout out, Mike. Shout out to the Vol Network. Shout out, Brandon Parks. Shout out, Beth Parks. Sorry I missed you last week. Thank you, Beth. It's great. It was wonderful working with you this year. Listen. It's the highlight of the year. But this special teams coach is a young guy, and I realize he's a target for people. I mean, what do you want to do with special teams? W. Lynn likes to say, well, Johnny Majors, you say they're 1/3 of the game. How are they 1/3 of the game anymore? You're kicking field goals and you're punting the ball. And all the punters now run around. So they all do that thing now where there's no punt returns. Versus in the NFL game, they've gone, and I've said this for years, the NFL has gone to this XFL model, which is the best way, in my humble opinion. The XFL model, which is you see what the NFL kickoff looks like. They ought to do that in college football. First of all, it protects players. Second of all, it allows the ball to stay in play. Thirdly, if you want to kick it out of the end zone, you pay the price for it. You give them great field position. And I think that that's what they ought to do. People say, well, the special teams coach, they missed a field goal against Georgia. That's his fault. Bri, is that his fault? They missed a field goal against Georgia? Is the special teams coach's fault?
I mean, if you had a kicking coach specifically, you could probably make that argument. But with a special teams coach, no, I don't think so.
All right. So the Florida...
I think a lot of the times the head coach is sort of more determined on who kicks anyway.
I'm like this when it comes to our kicker. I mean, no offense to that guy. I don't trust him. He looks like a nice kid, but when your kicker is over there on the sidelines, and he looks like me at the bus stop back in the day, he's getting ready to kick a ball, and he's over there, look. And I love the kid, okay? But he's over there, like shivering. I mean, I'm on. Take the under. Take the under. And here's the thing. Somebody tell me what special teams are anymore. That's the most overrated thing in the world, the whole concept of special. In the modern game, what they've done. Every kicker's a super kicker. They all beat the ball out of the end zone. And even if they don't, they kick it really high. And guys fair catch it. And I understand we're trying to protect people. I get that. But you could protect them more if you put the return back in the game like the NFL does. Bri, the NFL return took a few seconds to get used to. What do you think of it, Bri? The NFL return. Do you like it or hate it?
Well, I actually don't mind it as much, but I kind of don't like how their touchbacks are coming out to the 35-yard line.
That's what I love. That's my point. You kick the ball in. You don't land it in the target zone, and you kick it through the end zone like they do in college. Everybody gets the ball 35-yard line. They really ought to go to that. It would make the college game so much better.
Why kick it deep when you're going to give them the 35-yard line? Why not just pop it up and
That's the
cover?
point. That's what they're trying to do. That's the whole point, Bri. That's the whole point. The roll is the roll is the roll. And if you can put a good kick returner back there, it's an ingenious way to go. It's something that was born out of XFL 2. First time I saw it, I called Beanstar on the phone. I said, flick on this. He goes, oh, no, Tony. I'm not going to look at the XFL. I said, just get ready to be a kickoff. Just watch us. And he went, that's pretty interesting right there. I'm telling you that kind of makes sense. What the XFL did. And the NFL was smart to bring it. So we've got the Pavia all punk and clown team, all sports, all time. Throw somebody on the list. I don't care. I mean, no offense to the Pavia, but they showed the Pavia brothers walking in the other night, and it's the three brothers, and those guys in the Razor, shout out to Ron Wright wannabe, in the Razor Ramon sense of the word, old school WWE, those guys were oozing machismo. The brothers had the gold chains on. Diego's rocking like what was that, a cardigan kind of thing, the long sleeve, under the jacket, no shirt, no tie, Mr. T starter set from back in the day. I mean, what? You can't put a shirt and tie on? I mean, I'm not a dresser upper person myself, okay? But, like, what are we doing? What are we doing? And I need a letter grade from you for this team. And then Big Perm asks, why do you even need a special teams coach today? Cinco said the other day, special teams used to be where you would develop some of the young players. Nobody tackles anymore on special teams. I mean, returns aren't even a thing. Everybody gets on, well, the Vols are this and, punt returns. Nobody returns a ball anymore. Now, I will say one criticism of our special teams, then we'll take a brief timeout. One criticism is this. This guy that we have punting is supposed to be this all-everything athlete. How many times have we faked the punt in the Heupel era with this kid punting? Brian, when's the last time we faked the punt?
I don't know, or a field goal or something. I tried an onside kick. The last time I remember doing anything like that was against in a game they were up like 70 points in, or 30 something at the half. I don't remember one since.
And Brian had a really great thought on the post-game show, post-Vandy. If ever there was a game, shout out to Kyle Blackburn, another episode of the Middle Eight coming soon. But Brian had a good thought, which was, man, start the second half with an onside kick. Newsflash. Tim Banks' defense was getting scored on anywho, as they say in the twad. And when they say it in the twad, I agree. So brief timeout. We come back with more. On your other side, it's your Monday edition. I need a letter grade at 865-200-5402. Letter grade on this year. Let's put together an all Pavia, all sports team. The Pauls really get on my nerves. The Paul brothers. Now, the one Paul who's in WWE is actually the best wrestler in their company. He's actually the guy that understands both of those guys. The other guy just, I don't know how he's gotten everybody to pay attention to him. I mean, this era we're living in is really incredible. The other Paul guys never fought a sanctioned fight and would get killed by a real fighter. But he gets attention. He gets attention. We come back on the other side. 865-200-5402. More after this. Living Vol fan, make Alumni Hall your one-stop shop for all your Vol fans on your shopping list this holiday season. There's nothing better than getting your favorite Tennessee gear under the tree. Picture it, a nice polo shirt, a new hoodie, something for the man cave. Pop in and see my friends at Alumni Hall. Best selection of Tennessee gear. Alumni Hall, 3 Knoxville locations. Bristol, Johnson City, Murfreesboro, or online at alumnihall.com. It's easy to have a big orange Christmas. And happy holidays from everyone at Alumni Hall. The ultimate volunteer shopping experience. Alumni Hall. Calhoun's invites you to leave the cooking to us all holiday season long. Between now and the end of the year, feast without the fuss when you host at the holidays. Don't you dare cook. Go absolutely next level with this offer. Between now and the first of the year, Calhoun's is offering an incredible deal on delicious turkey or prime rib dinner. You could feed from 5 to 10 people at your home holiday gathering, not lift a finger of preparation. The turkey dinner comes with amazing sides like mashed potatoes, peas, melt-in-your-mouth gravy, dressing to die for, fresh rolls, cranberry sauce, and homemade cheesecake. And that prime rib dinner features amazing melt-in-your-mouth prime rib, fresh mashed potatoes, au jus, green beans, gravy, rolls, horseradish sauce, and delicious fresh baked cheesecake. This amazing offering is available now through the new year. Call to place your order today. More information found at holidayfeedpack.com. Again, that's holidayfeedpack.com. Feast without the fuss this holiday season with Calhoun's, the taste of Tennessee. When it's time for your next move, you want to get your precious belongings from point A to point B with your peace of mind intact. That's why you need to call my friends at Gouffon Moving and Storage, East Tennessee's moving legend. Gouffon Moving and Storage has been helping East Tennesseans move since 1887. That's 138 years, 5 generations. That's even longer than the Dooley, Jones, and Pruitt era combined. Gouffon Moving and Storage are pro movers, serving Knoxville, surrounding areas, and interstate moves too, both residential and commercial. And we'll provide you with personalized service that other corporate movers simply cannot. We know how to move all types of items. We pay careful attention to our clients' valuables. Your satisfaction as a customer is our absolute priority. As the oldest continually owned and operated family moving business in the United States, when it's time for your next move, it's Gouffon Moving and Storage. And storage, it's secure and vaulted. Our newest offering of commercial storage logistics, we offer receiving, storage, and delivery services for all your business logistic needs. See more at Gouffon.com. That's Gouffon.com. Or check out the link at tclub.team. When it's time for your next move, East Tennessee's moving legend, Gouffon Moving and Storage. Life never stops moving. And between the 30-minute commutes, daycare pickups, weekly soccer practice, Tuesday night yoga, X number of coffee runs, and that weekend trip to Grandma's, you're racking up the miles. What you need is a tire that can keep up. A tire designed for doers. A tire that's going to last. Like the exceptionally long-lasting Michelin Defender tire. With an 80,000-mile warranty and the safety and comfort you expect, you can forget all about the miles ahead and focus on getting to your destination or conquering your to-do list. Fleet Tire, I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. That's Fleet Tire, I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. Fleet Tire.
Inward Half is committed to the game and the memorable moments that happen in between. From the tee box to the tailgate, from the green to the big game. For the first birdie with Dad, the first big win with Mom. Friday night lights, Saturday superstitions, Sunday traditions. Fall into the comfort and unparalleled performance of Inward Half. This fall, enjoy the walk-in.
Are you tired of hiding your smile because of crooked teeth? At Knoxville Smiles, we've got the perfect solution. Invisalign. No metal, no wires, just clear, comfortable aligners that straighten your teeth without anyone noticing. Eat what you want, smile with confidence, and see results in as little as 6 months. Call us today for more information about Invisalign, 865-539-1776, or just visit us online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Out-of-town law firms have been swarming into East Tennessee lately. From Memphis, Chattanooga, and Birmingham, they've stormed into the area. Wouldn't you rather do business with a local firm? You know, a true neighbor. Marcos Garza and the pros at the Garza Law Firm are just that. There are neighbors and friends that support local causes year-round. The Garza Law Firm works to serve you professionally on criminal matters, injuries and accident matters, and Social Security and disability filings. The Garza Law Firm is here for you at garzalaw.com. The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
TB here with Alan of WeShipFloors.com. Tell them about it, Alan.
Hey, I'm Alan from WeShipFloors.com. Our competition's prices, well, they're going up. Ours are coming down. Our waterproof floor Supercore is the best, and right now it starts at $199 a square foot. Our warehouses are full of 4mm, 6mm, and 8mm. You strapped for cash? Well, we have our own in-house financing. Use our room visualizer and order some free samples today. Supercore from WeShipFloors.com. Best products at best price.
Like Alan said, head over to WeShipFloors.com. Use the room visualizer on the website. Drop in any of the 120 Supercore floors virtually into your room and order your free samples today. WeShipFloors.com. Tennesseans, they are us. The best product, the best price. WeShipFloors.com.
Cold weather is on its way, and keeping your home warm and cozy doesn't have to cost a fortune. Upgrade your HVAC system with Pipe Wrench Home Services and get payments as low as $137 per month. You'll also save on utility bills with a new energy-efficient HVAC system to keep your home warm and comfortable through the holidays. We make it easy with free on-site estimates on replacements and free second opinions on repairs. So call or schedule your appointment online today at pipewrench.com and get a new energy-saving HVAC system for as little as $137 per month. We are committed to keeping your home cozy and worry-free this holiday season. Pipe Wrench Home Services, trusted in Knoxville, Maryville, Oak Ridge, and neighboring communities for over 20 years. And as always, same-day service guaranteed or the visit is free. Offer good with approved credit. Some restrictions apply. Visit pipewrench.com for details.
Yep.
It's always magnificent. Mondays on the Basilio Show, presented by our friends at Fleet Tire. I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. Fleet Tire, I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. And now, back to B.
So we're having a little fun with you on a Monday. Tony Basilio back with you on your Tony Basilio Show. Pretty pumped to be alongside with you. Excited. I'm excited. I hope you're excited. Hey, special shout out to a couple former coaches here. Brian Penske winning a natty last week. Natalia Neidhart. He'll be on with us when, Brian? Tomorrow? When's Penske coming on with us?
He will be on, tomorrow or sometime, definitely this week.
Yeah. So I want to bring him on and congratulate him. Yeah. In the span of 2 days, his son won a national championship at a Division III school in Virginia where he goes to school. And then like a day and a half later, the father won in an upset over a tremendous Stanford team. That was a crazy game for Penske and Florida State. But congratulations to him. Also, I was texting with the great Tony Vols over the weekend, who came back to town. Many of you saw his appearance. He did a charity thing. He showed up at a thing and donated the proceeds. They made him dress like it was an orange Santa Claus or something, but some deal with a advertising group here in town. But he donated the earnings there, and then he did a thing on Saturday for the Emerald Youth Foundation, which is something Tony really poured himself into while he was here. But he came into town just to do those two things. We were hoping to catch up, but we're going to get him on at some point. But yeah, so shout out to him for honoring his word, because those were commitments he had on his book, and he came back and he did them, and so good for him. So we're doing letter grades for the year, and I just want to make my case before I see or hear your grade. The totality of the year. On one hand, you played a schedule, and you really don't have a quality win. The 4 teams you played that could play, you lost to. You had Georgia beat, but you lost. You know, look, I'm a Flyers fan, and so we've lost 3 in a row, but we've played 3 great teams really well. Not that you care about this, but we've played 3 great teams really well, and we've had a 3-game losing streak. But in a sense, I kind of appreciate it because we've been so bad for so long. And I guess it's all in your perspective. We've had 3 losses in overtime. Okay. In hockey, you get a point for that. In SEC football, when you play a close game with Georgia and you miss a field goal late and they beat you, you get 5 hours of people calling, ripping your ass, and then you, at the end of the year, go, loss. You also had a defense that was so bad you couldn't put anybody away. So this is the totality of the year now. Your defense was so bad you couldn't put anybody away. Arkansas was in the game late. There's no business. There's no reason for you to have, and the Arkansas team, for you to play a close game with those guys. There's no reason this year. No reason. And then Mississippi Mistake, you know, that's a close game late. And again, Okay, whatever. So, the totality of the year, but you also go to Florida and win. A gutty victory. You took a guy from UCLA after Nico pulled the trick and walked right out on you. So, all in all, and my thing the whole year was going to be, if they got that thing to 10-2, it was an A+ in my mind. 10-2 was the top of the mark for this team. Because I have a news flash for you. In my mind, before the year, you weren't beating Georgia. Now, it worked out for you because Georgia wasn't Georgia till the end of the year. Because I'm a Beanstar. The Georgia team that played last time we saw them on the field, and the Georgia team that played Tennessee, the Georgia team we saw at the end of the year would beat the Georgia team we saw earlier in the year by 2 scores. They'd smash them. They've grown a lot. So I look at this Tennessee team and I go, okay, I give you credit for that. You had Georgia on the ropes. It's got to count for something. Winning at Florida is a big deal. Losing to Oklahoma and opening the door for them to go on to the playoffs, not so much. Brian, who do you like in this playoff game coming up, this Oklahoma-Alabama game, which is inordinately interesting, by the way?
Well, I like Oklahoma, again, because Alabama doesn't run the ball, and Oklahoma's defense somehow just throws a blanket on Alabama every time they play. Look at last year, look at this year, and they're playing at home. And I don't know if Ty Simpson is banged up a little bit.
Yeah.
So I got to go with Oklahoma. I think they're actually catching points. So
the Cape Nealon effect, ladies and gentlemen, is in full effect. The Cape Nealon effect is in full effect. Because when we say Cape Nealon, we say Cape Nealon. And the Vols have this way of launching teams. You know, before that game, our talk was, I wonder if Heupel's going to go over after Tennessee layeth the smacketh downeth on themeth. And by the way, it cadues to The Rock. You know, the WWE did a thing over the weekend where John Cena had his final match, and you know, you put a guy over and do your thing, and that's how we do what we do in the wrestling world. But they had all this montage of all these people talking about, you know, like what he meant. CM Punk was like crying, but here comes The Rock. All about The Rock. 100% all about The Rock. I am so sick of that leather-skinned clown. I'm sorry. Enough of that. So we all thought Tennessee was going to, you know, Heupel was going to walk over there to Crazy Eyes and say, hey, man, come be my DC next year after we beat them. That game was a damn nightmare. And that freaking Oklahoma team turned around and did it again at Alabama, and did it to Alabama for the second straight year. And Brino, if Alabama's head coach gets beat by Oklahoma for the third straight time in less than 2 years, I mean, they're going to be on him like white on rice, Bry.
Yeah, they're kind of on him already in a way. I mean, the Michigan job, he said he's committed to Tuscaloosa, but we'll see how committed they are to him if that doesn't go their way.
If I were him, I'd be out of there like Vladimir. You got to be kidding me.
He really doesn't fit there. It seems seems like a very weird arrangement.
Yeah,
it seemed that way after they lost to Florida State. He just didn't seem like he fit. He's a good coach that probably is better off in the Big Ten or out on the West Coast.
Just not a fit. He doesn't look right over there, Bry. He just doesn't look right. All right. So back to this season. You got Joey Football You lost 2 cornerbacks before the year started. You played a true freshman the whole time. You didn't beat anybody that could play. Okay, let's just call it what it is. Do they have a win, Bry, over anybody with a winning record on the season?
If you don't count ETSU, who went 7-5 at the FCS level, they don't. That's the only team that has a winning record. The only team that they beat that's playing in a bowl game is 5-7 and got in because a lot of 6-6s declined.
By the way, shout out to 1AA football. Put on a good show over the weekend. That Nova Tarleton game was incredible. That Army-Navy game Saturday afternoon, that was a fantastic football game. Both teams respect the sport. Both teams wearing cool uniforms. Great scene in Baltimore. Just very much what college football is all about. And zero NIL money exchanging hands. So, and at the 1AA level, those guys are playing because they love playing. Those kids from Villanova the other day played so hard in their game. A couple of those games were one-sided. It all sets up an interesting semifinal, Bry. Will you be watching this week, Bry?
As much as I can.
The
Brawl of the Wild is the name of the Montana State rivalry. It's called the Brawl of the Wild. And we've got one that's been played, that will be played in the playoffs for the first time ever.
The Grease. The freaking Grease. Okay? The Grease.
The winner of that game is going to be the favorite to win it all.
And Montana State, Bry, their nickname is?
The Bobcats.
The Grease. I kind of like the Vandals. When I was a teenager, we used to do what teenagers do, go around, steal signs, create mayhem. Stole a parking meter one night. If you stole a parking meter today, and we got one of those, what'd you call those things? The hog's foot? It's like a tool where you create the torque. I think it's called a hog's. It's been so long since I fooled around with in the construction industry. What do you call that cloth? What do you call that thing? It's like shaped. It's angular and it's shaped. And anyway, we sat there and we thought we were tough, kids. Stole a parking meter. You know what it was full of? Like parking tokens. It was a quaint day, kids. Look it up. Look up parking meters, kids. Now you go, Brian, you use your phone and you scan your phone, and that's what you do. Everything's on the phone now. All right, we'll go to the phones. Speaking of which, all lines are currently jammed. All right, Brian, what's your letter grade?
I give them a solid C. They didn't beat anybody of note. And it's hard for me at a place like this to give them anything better than that. Had they beat Oklahoma, that's probably worth another letter grade. If they go 9-3, that's a solid B for me. If they go 10-2, that's an A. 8-4, that's probably a C. And then if it's 7-5, that's a D.
So you give them a C.
I give them a solid C. Yeah, I'll go with the solid C.
Brian, I'm going to go. I'm not going to collar it. You have anybody you want to put on the Pavia team, Bri?
I'll put a coach on there, a former Vandy coach, James Franklin, on it.
That's pretty good.
He's not very likable either.
No, he's a real Ricardo Montalban, if you will. He's a real Ricardo. 865-200-5402. It's interesting thinking about Josh Heupel, Bri. I don't know that we've done any fakes with this guy. Somebody said here that the last time Tennessee faked a punt was in Pruitt's last season. James Daniels saying that. I don't remember a fake punt in the last 5 years.
They onside kick when they were up 37-0 in the first half against, I think, a MAC team from Ohio. It might have been Kent State or somebody who didn't win a game. But I don't remember another instance where they did anything.
Such a curious thing, man. Such a curious thing.
He coaches like he's got Georgia talent and it's not necessary.
It's weird. It's weird. Let's go to the phones. Because you would think with him, you would get a little bit of creativity and mayhem as part of just his pressure package. Special teams under this guy are a niet. They don't exist. Now, they don't exist in the sport, but this guy they don't even try. Try a little love. Try a little tenderness. Let's go back to our phones. Hi, welcome in. You're on the air.
Hey, Tony. It's Nathan in Andersonville.
Hey, Nathan. Welcome in.
How are y'all doing today?
It's Blessed Monday, brother.
Same here. Same here. Hey, I'm kind of with Brian. I might go C+, just because the offense was pretty good, and last year we were kind of talking about has Heupel's offense been figured out? Well, the first half of Georgia tells me that it hasn't.
Yep.
You just needed a competent quarterback. So that's where I feel with the football team. I've been wanting to call on, and I looked this up. I've been keeping tabs on it. Heupel hasn't run a fake punt or field goal or extra point since he's been the head coach at University of Tennessee.
For a guy who plays wide open, and they look so wide open, that's really odd. I know people are going to say, well, Tony, it's really a running offense, and it's not really wide open, but that whole modern Spurrier approach, Spurrier did all kinds of crazy things, and this guy just doesn't. What do you think gives with that, Nathan?
Man, I don't know. There has been scenarios where I'm like, because I know other teams know that he doesn't run trick plays. He doesn't try to do that stuff, and I'm like, this would be a perfect opportunity to do it. There's been several instances like that on 4th and 3s and 4s, that they're not coming after the punt, and it's like, this is the time you do it. But it just never happens. I don't know. I don't know why you wouldn't want to use every advantage in the modern era to win football games that you can get.
Brian had a great point. Hey, Vanderbilt game would have been a great opportunity. Tim Banks' defense is never stopping them in the second half. Diego Pavia is getting the ball and going down the field. If ever there was a time to onside kick a ball, it's right there in that spot. It is absolutely begging you to do that.
Of course. But I don't know. I saw a little bit more out of him that he wasn't as conservative, as he has been in years past this year, like with his play calling on 3rd and 4th down. Like, I look at the Georgia game, and I know people get on him about that last drive, but that's exactly what I would have done, is march it down the field, get a chip shot field goal, and there's no time on the clock. They don't have an opportunity to throw a Hail Mary, because our pass defense, as you said, that was another example. There was no stop to our pass defense this year. Whatever an offense wanted to do, it was going to do. So
no doubt about it.
One last thing on the way out, Tony. I know you got a bunch of callers. This is kind of off topic, and I wanted to call in a few weeks ago after the Vandy game, but just didn't get the chance. I went back and looked, and this is concerning just for the trajectory of where the program is and the history of Tennessee football. But since joining the SEC in 1933 was the first season, we are currently living in the longest drought that Tennessee has ever had without not only an SEC championship, but also an SEC championship game appearance. The longest drought previously was from 1969 to 1985, which is 16 years, but we haven't even made an appearance since 2007. So we're currently, 18 years?
Yeah.
So yeah, when I found that out, it just really made me consider, like, what are we really doing as a program? Or do we really consider ourselves competing for championships? Because we're at the lowest point in the history of Tennessee football, if you look based on winning championships.
But is that a fair statement when you had a 9-team league at one time, or a 10-team league, and now you have a behemoth league? You had divisions at one time, now you don't. You used to have a system where if you finished tied with somebody, everybody got a championship. So some of those are, like...
You're right.
You know what I mean? I just don't think any of that stuff applies. I don't know. I think it's a different era, man.
And maybe it doesn't. I just look at it and go, well, if you're trying to really compete at the top of this league with teams like Georgia and Alabama and now Texas and Texas A&M, like obviously Texas A&M hasn't won anything ever, but these other teams, Tennessee previously, even when Alabama was good and Georgia had some success and Florida was having success, we were still making appearances in the SEC championship game every 4 or 5 years. And that's just an afterthought nowadays. It's like we can't even get into the conversation of being in the SEC championship game. But honestly, I think conference championship games should go away. But I'll hop off here and
thank you, Nathan. Good talk. Always good talking to you. I'm of the mindset that stuff it's about a playoff appearance now. And if they go to 16, it's about a playoff appearance then. And then eventually it becomes about you want to get into the play. If they go to 16, you want to get into the playoffs and win a game. That's what it becomes about. And then from there, you give yourself a chance. The conference championship thing, Bri, how did Texas A&M manage this year not to play in the conference championship game? How did they do that? Because I have to give them a lot of credit for that.
Well, they were undefeated going into Texas, but they lost, and then the tiebreaker pushed them out because Alabama had, I guess, what was it? One loss, one conference. Georgia had one conference loss. Bama had one conference loss, and somehow the tiebreaker forced them out of it.
They get a lot of credit. They get a lot of credit from me. A&M did, because here they have.
And really, they didn't beat a team that finished in the top half of the SEC all year. No, they had an easy schedule.
Yep, I give them. They just figured out a way to do that. He mentioned it. That A&M bunch, man. Good, nice things. Nice things just isn't for them. Even on a great year. How did they manage? Think about that. How did they manage from where they were to not get in the conference championship game? Other than just straight choking is what that is. Straight up choking. What letter grade do you give the Vols on this season? Let me get a quick legal, then we'll keep the conversation going.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
So it's hour 2, Tony Basilio and you. Let's go back to our phones at 865-200-5402. Sans Bino Jeff today. Bino Jeff, get well, my friend. Feel better. Shout out to the great Mark Griffin. Feel better, Mark. Let's go back to the phones. And get our next call in. Hi, you're on the air. Welcome in.
Hey, guys, Dave.
Hey, Dave. Good to talk to you.
Well, I give it a D grade, Tony, because they didn't beat nobody.
D.
D is in dog.
D is in dumb.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me why a D grade, Dave.
They didn't beat nobody, Tony. And they struggled to beat bad teams. Struggled to beat Arkansas. Struggled to beat Mississippi State.
Where in that equation do you look at, like, the team they have, though? The fact that they came into the season with one hand tied behind their back at quarterback. The fact that their secondary got beat up in that first game against Syracuse and they lost those bodies. And
I look at it this way. I know you don't like the term year 5.
Yeah.
But you should have had enough depth in year 5 that you could overcome things like that.
In the NIL era? Really?
Yep.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, our defensive coordinator couldn't scheme nothing.
Brian,
if we'd had an average defense, just slightly below average defense.
Brian, are you agreeing with that?
The previous caller made a point about the offense, but really, in all but one game that they lost, Georgia, their offense clicked. But in the other games, when their offense was needed to come up with a score and a drive, they didn't get it. They couldn't get it. It disappeared for long stretches. So I think D's a little bit harsh, but I can't go above a C myself.
D's pretty
Give
hard.
them credit for at least winning those games because they really didn't suffer an upset.
That's right.
And they didn't have a hypo stinker like they've had before.
That's right. How come that doesn't a D? Dave? Not a C minus? How about a C minus, Dave?
We went from a C plus to a D during that Vanderbilt game. Because that was an abomination.
Josh says the following. The grade is D. Highlight of the year, beating one of the worst teams in the league in Florida. Major step back on defense. And the Nico situation, Tony, is also his responsibility, which you absolve him of. I mean, maybe that's a good point. Maybe that needs to be factored into the grade, the handling of the Nico deal.
Tony, I wanted to touch on something else.
Please.
How many players has Barnes recruited out of high school? In other words, he got them here out of high school.
Right.
That have gone on as a Tennessee player to average 14-plus points a game.
Gone on to average 14
in a season.
Plus points per game. I don't know. Tell me.
2.
Who are the 2? Grant Williams.
And Admiral Schofield.
And Schofield, did he inherit him or did he recruit him? I think he inherited him.
He was a freshman.
Yeah,
he was a freshman Barnes' first year.
Mm-hmm.
So he had Schofield all 4 years.
I'm going to give you something, Dave. You ready?
Yeah.
Here's some insane stats on Tennessee as a home underdog. If the Vols go off as a home dog tomorrow, which they're expected to, we put in the blog today, we think the line's going to be 1.5, something like that.
Yeah.
The Vols have, and that's just using Ken Palm's formula. The Vols, now, here's the thing about Vegas. Vegas could adjust that just to incur action going both ways, however they deem fit. But the Vols haven't won a game as a home underdog since when? You and Bry, tell me.
I don't know.
Because you brought some knowledge here. Brian, we are very seldom are we an underdog at home under Barnes. The last time, Bry, it happened was 2017, Bry. What do you think that was?
Was that the Kentucky game that year?
The Vols haven't won a game as a home underdog since beating Kansas State as a 2-point dog in January 2017.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They've been favored in 139 of their last 141 home games during that stretch. They lost as a 1-point underdog to North Carolina in 2017, and as Dave remembers, lost to Kentucky as a 2.5-point underdog in February 2020. Tennessee is 77-3 at home against non-Kentucky opponents since the March of 2020. Now, Barnes has been pretty damn good, Dave, hasn't he, here?
Sure.
The Vols have 41 straight games against non-conference opponents at home since a loss to Wisconsin in December 2019. 41 straight game home winning streak, guys. That's pretty damn impressive.
Here's the thing, Tony. 2 years ago, we lost 3 games in a row, but we were underdog in all 3 games. Purdue, Kansas, and North Carolina. We were a slight underdog in all 3 games. This year, we lost 3 games in a row as a favorite.
Yes, you're right.
I want to get to the point is, you have to get away from Barnes, as Cameron Carr has done to average what he's averaging over 21 plus points a game.
Yeah.
And our buddy Freddie DeLeon is having a quite good year this year.
Yes, he is.
Averaging 14.2 points per game, hitting multiple threes a game at a 38.5% clip.
Dave, you think those guys are winning players?
I don't know. That's Barnes' job.
Hey, Dave, come on now. Freddie DeLeon, is he playing with a winning program?
No.
Okay. And Cameron Carr wanted to kind of do his own thing and jumped into the portal last year. You act like they had some kind of choice in the matter.
Well,
Man, seriously,
Tony, he ran both of them off.
Did he? What was the choice he had with Cam Carr last year? When they woke up in December and were surprised he was gone, what was the choice they had?
It's not that.
Kiss his rear end? Exalt him above other teammates?
Then, Tony. No, it happened before then.
You explain to me.
Barnes has his favorites, and that's it.
Really?
Yes. He will sit there and allow ZZ to have 10 turnovers and not yank him out of the game. Mm-hmm. And that's fine. ZZ's a great player. I love him. He's allowed this Nate Amen to make all kinds of mistakes and keep him in the game. Cameron Carr or Freddie DeLeon have one defensive breakdown or one mistake. He yanked them out of the game, and they didn't go back in. Am I not right?
Well, ZZ sort of had earned the right to maybe make a mistake and still stay in the game, unlike some of those other guys.
Sure. But I'm telling you, you got to have an eye. Barnes' mindset is that he's got to see this guy can score. Just like Dalton, he put up with Dalton Connect's defensive deficiencies.
Well, then what are you saying? If he put up with,
I'm saying he should have done everything he should have everything to make sure he kept Cameron Carr on this team.
Cam Carr had zero interest in being here. He left at mid-season. What, Dave? When a guy leaves at mid-season, okay, what are you supposed to do? Again,
it happened way before then, Tony.
Get on your hands and knees and kiss.
It happened before then, Tony. It happened. It happened during his freshman year. That the writing was on the wall because of Barnes.
Dave.
And my point is on
Dave,
this.
You think he
my point is this:
run a guy off that could help him, that could score all those points if the guy was going to play both ways? You really think he would have ran him off, Dave? Because what, he didn't like his personality?
My point is this, Tony. My point is that this guy. You look at this. Amari Evans. He was a top 50 recruit. He can't score. He didn't recruit him because he could score. He recruited him because he's tough. I guess he's going to be a tough defensive player. Well, that's great. That's great. But he doesn't recruit guys that can score.
That's not true at all.
Recruit guys that can score.
You just said he recruited Dalton Connect.
And teach them how to play defense.
You just said they recruited Dalton Connect. What are you talking about? They don't recruit guys that could score.
I'm talking about out of high school. I'm not talking about a 1-year rental.
Could ZZ score?
Do what?
Could ZZ score? They recruited him out of high school.
ZZ couldn't score.
Really? They recruited him because he went off at the Peach Jam, Dave.
Well, sure he
They
did,
caught
but
him
it was his other things that he did. And he was going to be redshirted until he showed that he could play defense. That's the reason he got on the court,
Because he
Tony.
could score. No, Dave.
No,
he was
because he could play defense.
Okay, Dave.
That's why ZZ got on the floor.
So they've won, Dave, all these games with no scoring, is what you're telling me.
Well, they've won all these games because of defense. But when it's time, what happens to them every time they lose in the NCAA tournament, Tony?
Dave, what happens to everybody? You get outscored, Dave. What happens
to this guy's whole career?
Dave, what happens to everybody when they get beat in the NCAA tournament? They can't score, Dave. Come on.
Right. But here's the thing about it is, Tony, teams that make the Final Four, they make sure they have multiple guys that can knock down shots from the perimeter.
How many guys would that be, Dave? Would that be 3? Would that be 2?
3.
Or would that be 1? You're out of here. 3, 2, 1. Would that be 3, Dave? Would that be 2 guys? Would that be 1 guy, Dave? Because you are gone. You are gone. 865-200-5. Dave goes, yeah, that's 3 guys. I mean, what are you talking about? Empty barrels make the most noise. Empty barrels make the most noise, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. More on the other side after this.
It's the hottest postgame show on the planet. Garza Law, 5th quarter fan reaction. Fan reaction. As soon as the final gun sounds, we're live.
Score a TD every time with T3 Vodka. T3 is Tennessee's premium vodka, handcrafted with passion, precision, and a whole lot of pride. T3 Vodka is taking the Volunteer State by storm. T3 Vodka, handcrafted in the majesty of the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains, where quality isn't just a promise, it's a way of life. Filtered 10 times and 80 proof, T3 Vodka delivers a smoothness that's unmatched. This dedication to excellence has already earned T3 Vodka prestigious accolades. T3 is a 5-time gold medal winning vodka and the 2025 SIPS Consumer Choice Award medal winner. Whether you're sipping it neat or on the rocks or mixing up your favorite cocktail, T3 Vodka is your choice for a premium, award-winning experience. Score a T3 TD and ask for T3 Vodka by name at restaurants and wine and liquor stores today. Drink it neat, drink it right, drink T3 Vodka and score a touchdown every time. T3, Tennessee's premium vodka. Distributed by Athens Distributing Company. Please drink responsibly. When it's time for a fresh coat of paint, run, don't walk to Walker's Painting. Interior and exterior, Walker's Painting's been making it beautiful since 1999 across the Knoxville area. New construction, repaints, commercial, residential, free estimates available. And get this, mention you heard Walker's Painting on the Basilio show, 10% off your first job. Let's go! Run, don't walk to Walker's Painting. 865-688-1410. That's 865-688-1410. Walker's Painting, making it beautiful since 1999. Check out the ad at the blog at tclub.team. Walker's Painting.
Hi, I'm Jim Simpson, owner of Simpson Meats. When's the last time you grilled a really good burger or steak? One your friends still talk about. Our goal at Simpson Meats is to make that happen every time you have a cookout. All of our cuts of meats, steaks, burgers, briskets, and pork are always fresh, flavorful, and sustainably sourced. We are family owned, so we know the importance of knowing how and where your food is raised. We have been putting quality first since 1888. Visit our butcher shop off Lovell Road or online at simpsonmeats.com.
Okay, so we really need uniforms and equipment for this season. Can I trust you with that? Cool, I'll just order them online. What? Yeah, I'm gonna hop online and I'm gonna get them ordered. Hold up, that's not a good idea. We shouldn't just spend money on some random online retailer, okay? I mean, it seems pretty convenient. Trust me, it's a terrible idea. Let me simplify this for you. Athletics. Okay, how do you pronounce it? SM Athletics. They're the go-to for uniforms and equipment, whether it's for universities, high schools, youth leagues, you name it. So why wouldn't you rather go with professionals who can guide us through the process, design the perfect uniforms, and deliver the best equipment? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. What's the name again? SM Athletics. Right. It's definitely smarter to go with a company that emphasizes customer service, fair pricing, and, of course, excellent products. Exactly. So, yeah, I guess it's settled then. For uniforms and equipment for all sports, it's SM Athletics.
Got a problem tree looming over your home? Call ECR Total Landscapes. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, our certified pros get the job done safely and efficiently. We're licensed, insured, and ready 24/7 for emergency calls. Big or small, we cut them all. ECR Total Landscapes. Call now for a free estimate, 865-384-2012, and mention promo code FANRUN for free stump grinding on any tree removal now through the end of the year. Also, visit us at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Basilio here for Budget Transmissions. TGMD, the great Matt Dixon, took his Ford Escape to budget, and like our gold bullet back in the day, it was a total mess. And now, Matt's back in the game. He's got a new transmission, axle, wheel bearing, both radiator hoses, engine mounts, coolant hoses. I mean, his Ford Escape was about to escape to the junkyard, but he didn't begrudge it. He took it to budget, and now he's on his way back to Omaha. Budget Transmissions, over 30 years in business, conveniently located in Bearden. All extended service contracts are honored. A gold certified Repair Pal member. 865-584-4391. 865-584-4391. Budget Transmissions. Don't begrudge it. Take it to budget.
Josh Collins at Collins Insurance Agency. At Collins Insurance, we strive to ensure our customers receive better coverage along with bigger savings. Our community is important to us. We want to provide exceptional service to our customers. Anybody can provide great rates, great coverage, but can you also get great service? And hey, don't just take my word for it.
What's up, everybody? Zakai Ziegler here. My family turns to Collins Insurance Agency for the best service, coverage, and price.
So don't just go online and get some random insurance. Experience the Collins Insurance difference.
Like he said, experience the Collins Insurance difference. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. And hey, their Mama ZZ approved. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. Thank you to Josh Collins and ZZ.
One more thing, Tony. Go Vols!
Yee-haw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine, live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today.
Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
VIP Play coming soon. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-889-9789. Must be 21 plus and located in Tennessee to bet.
Hey there, Basilio crew. Jennifer Morris with Keller Williams Realty. The holiday season is here, and if your plans include unwrapping your new home, then take advantage of less competition and motivated sellers while others are out fighting over parking spots at the mall. Smart buyers are out snagging deals on great homes, and I'm ready to help. Give me a call, 865-694-5904, or reach out at nextmovesmokymountains.com. That's nextmovesmokymountains.com, and as always, go Vols!
It's always magnificent. Mondays on the Basilio Show, presented by our friends at Fleet Tire. I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. Fleet Tire, I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. And now, back to B.
Tony B back with you, 865-200-5402. Dave providing some mid-show entertainment, kind of like a halftime show. The way I look at Dave's call, like a sort of like a bearded lady, I don't know, juggling cones, maybe juggling bowling pins that are on fire. Kind of like a sideshow. 865-200-5402. Back to the phones we go. Tomorrow, this Louisville game is a huge huge opportunity for Tennessee to change the narrative. Because if they fail to get it, it's a 4-game losing streak, heading back into Crip City for a couple more days. And I don't mean the Bloods and the Crips. I mean like Crip courses. I mean like Crip City till we get in the league play. And the league, Brian Hartman, has not exactly adorned itself in glory, has it?
The league might have some Crip teams in it, too. That
how about this Nate Oates guy? How about this Nate Oates guy over the weekend? How would you like to be hosting their Garza Law Tennessee basketball overtime after they're playing the Zags in a tight game? Then we go back to the phones here. But they're playing the Zags in a tight game. This guy doesn't use a timeout. I mean, hey, I hate to cramp your style, buddy. I know you never take a time. They're going to go on a 30-point run on you if you don't get a timeout and stop the bleeding. I realize, you're doing you over here, but you got 20,000 people down in, well, I guess down in Jefferson's, where they were in Birmingham. I guess it doesn't hold that, but they had a full house.
Thought that was out west.
No, is that where no, I think
so.
It was in Birmingham, Bri. Where was Stephen F. and Pearl's game? Was that in Atlanta?
That was in the State Farm in Atlanta.
Okay, I think the other game was in Birmingham. I'll look it up, though. But let's go back to our phones. Why wouldn't he use a timeout, Bri?
Well, he said, yeah, it was in Birmingham. You're right. Yeah, he said that he didn't need to.
Cilio,
he didn't want to call a timeout just to tell his team to work, to play harder.
That's a major upset. For me to know a fact that Brian Hartman doesn't know, let's go! And that's reason for me to celebrate on here. Because that guy, that's like arguing with Google and winning. Charlie Sheen. Hello and welcome in. I'll get the next call in. You're on the air.
The way you treated Dave was just straight garbage, man. It was wrong, man.
When I said to him, was that 3 or 2 or 1, and he thought I was saying 3 players, 3 shooters, it was really well done.
Well, you try to hang up on everybody when they don't agree with you, man. That's
not true. But that's not true. Hey, by the way, DJ Lagway's in the portal. Do you feel a sense of loss over that?
Hell no. Y'all can have him. I wish y'all go get him.
Brian Hartman wants him. Bri, you want him?
Well, I hear Baylor, LSU, and Miami are sort of the teams trending for him, but I would talk to him.
Hey, man. Hey, Tony B, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. If we're going to start over, we got to start over, man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Got to commit to the bit,
here's the thing, man. Here's the thing, though, Tony B. Y'all make it to the Elite Eight, bro, but he's right. Y'all don't have enough shooters, bro. Y'all need some real shooters, man. Y'all had Scovey and your little buddy, because I tried to challenge him and you wouldn't let me challenge him. I could outshoot him. Ziegler, I could outshoot him, but
you guys, man.
Yeah, I'm just telling you, man. Y'all need some shooters, bro. Gillespie's all right, man, but he don't need to be running the point. He needs to be a 3. Because he's a set shooter. You know what I mean?
Gillespie does look like a 2-guard, Brian, playing point guard, doesn't he, to this point?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they had shooters on that team. They just didn't shoot in that game. They just don't hit.
But you have to be ready to shoot the ball. He can't shoot off the dribble, man. And that's a lost talent in this day and age right now. You had people could shoot off the dribble, man. You don't have no shooters now that can shoot off the dribble.
Nega Dave's on YouTube saying, Florida, Barnes can't recruit shooters. What does that even mean? ZZ wasn't a shooter. The Dalton Knecht wasn't a shooter. The guy last year, Lanier's in the NBA right now, wasn't a shooter. I mean, what are you guys talking about?
Okay, you had Dalton Knecht. How long did you keep him? You had Dalton Knecht. You had.
What do you mean? How long did you keep him? He was an NBA lottery pick, for crying out loud. What are you?
Okay. And Tony B, where are your shooters at today? Quit talking about what you had. Now talk about what you got.
Knecht won a lottery pick.
That's the problem. You want to go. You always want to live back in the past. Let's go to the future. What you got now? Who you working with? Yeah. Yeah.
How about you guys this year? You guys don't have any shooters either.
I bet we're gonna beat y'all though.
Well, I mean, Connect went 17 overall. I self-edited there. I caught myself. He was not a lottery pick. So, you guys don't have any shooters this year. What's that mean? Every once in a while, I mean, your team doesn't work. Your team doesn't work this year.
No, because he got rid of Aberdeen. Aberdeen's one of the best point guards in the SEC.
Okay. Well, why'd he get rid of him? He don't want to
because
play
he didn't want to pay him.
Didn't like him?
It's obvious.
Didn't like him?
Somebody.
He just wanted to lose games. Didn't want to pay him? Okay.
No, he didn't want to pay him. And he got the little dude that he got now, the little league guy. You know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. Let's keep it 100. We're going to keep it 100 on this. Going to keep it a buck, little brother.
Huh?
Y'all not ready for the primetime leagues, man.
Florida.
Y'all not in basketball. Y'all not, bro.
Dude, you amuse me.
I love you, man. You're a good dude, but you full of it sometimes.
You know what really pisses me off, Florida, and this is the truth, is that our fan base, for every one alleged Gator basketball fan, we have 100 fans in our fan base that love the sport, that care about the sport, that are passionate about the sport, and y'all literally. Your fan base is about a mile wide and about an inch thick. It's a disgrace to humanity. We cover the whole globe.
You name call. You like to name call, man. You just name call, man.
No, we don't.
Every time I come over here, you name calling me. You hang it up in my face. You name calling me, man. You know what that tells everybody about you.
Hey, what's Megatron want, Chris? What size is Megatron? I'm going down to Alumni Hall later today for some family members.
Hey, he's a youth extra large, man. He's about 5'4", man.
How old is he? Like 11?
5'4", youth extra large.
11?
Yes.
I want to get him something he can grow into. I'm gonna get him a Tennessee something or other. He grow. Would you let him wear it?
Yeah, he'll wear. He probably would wear it, man. I don't tell him what to wear, bro.
What?
But all the Tennessee stuff I got in my man cave out there, I walk on it. I step on it. I wipe my feet on it. So I don't know. He'll wear it though. He like Tennessee. He just don't. You know what I mean? I don't. If he end up going to Tennessee, I'm still not going to be a Tennessee fan. Now, what does that say?
That says that 2 calls in a row have been detonated. I mean, I don't know.
Guess what? Florida got mollywop.
He goes. He says, yeah, I'm going to keep it 100. Okay, your team can't shoot this year. You don't have any shooters. You don't have any backcourt play. Well, he goes, he let him go. I'm like, well, okay. So you guys didn't feel like playing. Look, here's the thing about portal era pickup basketball. It's pickup basketball. And some years your teams are going to work, and some years they're not. But the narrative on Barnes that this is somehow some kind of referendum on the fact that he doesn't want shooters. Let me read this one more time to you because it's astounding. It is freaking astounding. Tennessee is a home underdog in hoops. If, in fact, they go off as a doggy tomorrow, and we'll see the line later on today. Vols haven't won a game as a home dog since beating Kansas State as a 2-point underdog in January of 2017. They've been favored in 139 of their last 141 home games since that span. Now, you think this Rick Barnes guy is any good? He don't like shooters. Well, he must have had a few shooters somewhere along the way because the Vols have been favored in 139 of their last 141 home games. How many coaches in America, Brian, you think could say that? Because that's crazy.
Well, maybe Gonzaga can say that.
Yep.
Kansas could say that probably.
Yep.
But, I mean, there's probably less than 10 of them that could.
And by the way, Florida, your head basketball coach's favorite song of all time is I'll Be Watching You by the Police. I mean, his favorite food is broccoli because he gets it in stalks. His favorite nursery rhyme was Jack and the Beanstalk.
It's a miracle how that just went away.
Favorite TV show, Starsky and Hutch. Brian, it's amazing what winning will do for you.
Yeah, win a national championship. It never happened.
I mean, Rick Barnes has been a pillar of consistency here. The Vols are 77-3 at home against non-conference opponents since the March of 2020. 77-3. The Vols lost a 1-point underdog to North Carolina December 2017. And they lost to Kentucky as a 2.5-point underdog February of 2020. And the 2020 team was going to miss the NCAA tournament if the COVID thing didn't happen. We agree on that, Bri?
Yeah, they would have had to have won the SEC tournament. That wasn't played either.
And that team wasn't winning the SEC tournament. And then the next year they came back with a basketball team that couldn't score. And they got whacked in the first round. And that, to this point in the year, is what this team feels like, Bri. It just feels to me like they don't have enough offense, but who knows? The Vols have won 41 straight games against non-conference opponents at home since a loss to Wisconsin back in December 2019. And, Bri, who was Wisconsin's star back then? Because they had a pretty good player that came in here.
We'll
have to search that.
Yeah, they had
a pretty.
They always seem to have
they had a one upper echelon
2 or 3
player.
white guys that just are just lights out.
Back to the phones we go. Hello and welcome in. You are on the show.
Hey, this is Praying Warrior. I just wanted to say thank you for everything you do, Tony. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas.
Thank you, my brother.
And at the beginning of the year, if we would have had, let's just say Nico doesn't quit the team or do any of that and transfers, but he gets an injury in January or February, and we have to do that. Everybody was saying 8-4, 75, 8-4, 9-3. 8-4 was conventional wisdom, right? Everybody's going to be happy with 8-4. We had a guy leave. We get this guy from Appalachian State. He's a turnover machine.
Yep.
And everybody's like, 8-4 is the best we can do. We could pick the 4 games. You know, people would pick the conventional wisdom was Georgia, Alabama, and Oklahoma. And then Florida was the other one because of our history. Well, we beat Florida, but we lose to Vanderbilt. I still say it's a B effort because you got a guy that was a turnover machine to come out and beat teams. He beat some teams on his own. That Mississippi State game, he beat that team on his own. He made about 3 passes in that game that Nico could not make. It was a scramble drill, throw it, a nice catch. We had receivers that made great plays this year. So I was happy with the season. I don't like losing. Nobody likes losing. But I was happy with the season because what I had to deal with. Now, the defense drove everybody crazy. But we had injuries. But on top of that, this is the thing that gripes me the most about it. We knew that we were down somebody, so we get who. We really needed to get another corner. And we needed to get another safety. And we didn't do that. We just kind of let it sit there. And that's what is going to burn us. Now, the new guy that's coming in, he needs a safety. He needs a Caleb Downs to make his defense work. So we have got to find somebody that can work in his defense, whether it's somebody he's worked with before or somebody that's just great, that's just phenomenal. But he can't do it with freshmen. I just don't think he's going to be able to do that. I think that the.
Listen, I think you bring up some great points, and I appreciate your call, and I appreciate hearing from you. He gives him a B, Bri. What do you think of that grade? I'd like you as a professor. I'll tell you that.
You know, when you have the expectations that the Vols have year in and year out, and I just don't think 8-4 garners much more than a C. Now, coming into Heupel's first year, they were 7-5, and the circumstances probably would have dictated that year maybe you could give maybe a B for an 8-4 type record. But now he's there; it's his fifth year, and we can't really do year fives anymore. But I can't give it higher than a C.
So the kid that went off that night against the Vols was Demetric Trice.
Yes, that's
Wisconsin.
it.
Trice is nice, good player.
And they had another guy named Pritzel, I think.
Pritzy, that's right. Played. That's right. Pritzy's Honor, starring Meryl Streep. That was the first game without Lamonte Turner after he announced his medical retirement, and It really showed. That was before Vescovi showed up against LSU. They had no offense. When I talk about steel traps, ladies and gentlemen, and mine's a terrible thing to waste, and his is firing on all cylinders today. By the way, Bosnia-Herzegovina is where Trice is currently playing. He won a world championship there. He's with HKK Siroki currently as we speak. He's a two-time PLK champion. So pretty damn good player.
I thought you were going to say that's the World Cup draw for the United States.
Brian, what did you think of the World Cup draw from the U.S.?
It looks like they got a very winnable group. I think they probably that was somewhat done because they're playing on their home soil. They want to make sure the United States survives as long as they can, just for interest's sake. So that doesn't surprise me.
Buck says, I'm sick of hearing about injuries and making excuses, Tony. Hey, listen, I'm sorry, but injuries and there were built-in excuses for this year. I didn't do it, man. I didn't do it. 865-200-5402. You know, I mean, things happen in this world. You know, things happen in this world. And they don't always go according to plan. And, you know, things happen in this world. Overnight it broke. 247 reporting that Rodney Rice could miss the remainder of USC's men's basketball season. So does that mean that all this conversation about, well, Rick Barnes should have paid him and not paid Nate Ament, and, you know, these things are all fluid, man. Okay. Now, who would you rather have today? Nate Ament or Rodney Rice? I'm just saying. For people to say, well, you shouldn't, you know, injuries, they're not a fact. Well, of course they're a factor. I mean, staying healthy is an important thing. You know? As a wise man once said, 6'7", 6'7", 6'7". Brief time out. More with you on the other side after this. Are you currently a residential electrician? Would you like more benefits, better pay, more upside? What about a $3,000 signing bonus? Free company-paid health insurance, annual profit share, company vehicle, gas card, much more. Call Advent Electric today. Advent, known for their large commercial jobs around town, and due to high demand, they're adding additional roles for their residential department. Maybe you know a friend, family member that's a residential electrician. Spread the word. Email hr@adventelectric.com. hr@adventelectric.com. 865-588-0631 and ask for the Tony B 3K signing bonus. Advent Electric is hiring. You got to dream about buying some land and building on that land. Well, Waterside Contracting is your ticket. 25 years of making dreams come true, Michael Scott. For hundreds in our area, custom homes or remodels, Waterside Contracting will build on your lot. They do incredible work all over the area. Structural integrity, quality without compromise. It's a way of life with Waterside Contracting. Check out the wonderful work Waterside does. WatersideContractingLLC.com. When it's time for your dreams to come true. Quality without compromising. Waterside Contracting.
College football fans, Chris Fowler here with the play call. This season, go for Dose with ice-cold refreshing Dos Equis. It's more than a single play. It's a mindset. Think of it as a 2-point conversion for real life. Taking the risk, making the bold move. Whenever we get the chance to go big, we take it. On the field and off, always go for Dose with Dos Equis.
Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2024 Dos Equis Lager Especial Beer. Imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
Hi, I'm Jim Simpson, owner of Simpson Meats. When's the last time you grilled a really good burger or steak? One your friends still talk about. Our goal at Simpson Meats is to make that happen every time you have a cookout. All of our cuts of meats, steaks, burgers, briskets, and pork are always fresh, flavorful, and sustainably sourced. We are family owned, so we know the importance of knowing how and where your food is raised. We have been putting quality first since 1888. Visit our butcher shop off Lovell Road or online at simpsonmeats.com.
Tony Basilio, and we are live once again with Chad Stockton of FC Alliance. And Chad, you're out there on the field, 100 strong here in Knoxville. Talk to me. What's been going on with FC Alliance now that the weather's heating up?
We're out here for the first night of the boys' tryouts. We have over 400 kids that'll be here tonight. So a lot of exciting times right now for us. Our club team started at U9 and we go all the way through U19. We have over 1,000 kids that come from Chattanooga from the Tri-Cities that make all our teams and make this club what it is today. So we're excited about it. We finished the younger kids a couple of weeks ago. We just finished the girls last night, and now we're on to our older boys program as we speak right now.
And we're blowing and going in the Tri-Cities. Tell me about it.
We started FC Alliance North 1 year ago, and coming off the first year, we're the largest, most competitive club up in the Tri-Cities area. We just finished our tryouts last night. Looks like right now we will be well over 400 kids for the upcoming season. So great things happening up there. We've put our boys into some really good regional leagues. So we're excited about what the future holds for them and also our girls programs.
If you want more information, check them out at fcallianceknox.org. That's fcallianceknox.org. Chad Stockton, keep growing the beautiful game here in East Tennessee.
Absolutely. Thanks, Tony.
Tony Basilio along with the great Mark Griffin. And we're here to talk about our friends at Performance Medicine. And Griff, their slogan, stay educated, stay healthy. That's you.
Wow. I really like to think that, Tony, and I'd like to give Dr. Rogers a lot of credit because I definitely want to stay educated and healthy, and knowing that he's putting the time and effort in to make sure of my care. I want to encourage your listeners to put the time to learn and become educated and get to know Dr. Rogers and see if it can help with your health as well.
And there's a really, really easy way to do that. In fact, they've got their own YouTube channel. You can see Dr. Rogers for himself with his staff. It's called The Performance Medicine Show over at the Performance Medicine channel over on YouTube. Also, more information at performancemedicine.net. To our friends in North Knoxville, a brand new location over in Fountain City, now accepting patients. So many ways to reach Dr. Rogers. And like they say, stay educated, stay healthy. Performance Medicine, online, performancemedicine.net.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
The season of giving reminds us of what truly matters, community and connection. Hi there, Jennifer Morris here with Keller Williams Realty. As the year closes, I wanted to take a moment to sincerely thank you, my Basilio family clients. Thank you for trusting me with your most important decisions. Whether it was finding your first home or successfully closing a chapter, your trust means everything. I look forward to new and continued relationships through the new year, and feel free to reach out to me at 865-694-5904 or nextmovesmokymountains.com. That's nextmovesmokymountains.com, and of course, go Vols!
Basilio here with my buddy, Connexial Kristen.
Hey Tony, good to see ya. Connexial builds fleet technology that helps transportation and logistics companies win big. Live GPS, easy ELD and compliance tools, AI dash cameras, and asset tracking, all backed by the .1 U.S. customer support team. Want a better playbook for your operations? Visit Connexial.com/Tony. That's KONEXIAL.com/Tony. Connexial, built for drivers, trusted by fleets, and proud Vol fans.
It's always magnificent. Mondays on the Basilio Show, presented by our friends at Fleet Tire. I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. Fleet Tire, I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. And now, back to B.
The playbook with the incomparable William Pattison coming up momentarily. Let's go back to our phones on your Tony Basilio Show. On this Monday, will we do a little overdrive overtime? I don't know. We'll see. Get well, Bino. Hello and welcome into our next call. You're on the air.
Tony, this is DR Vol. I was just calling in to give you your kudos. You said a joke on W's show last week.
Yes.
And I'm still laughing about it. It's rent-free in my head. When you called Danny White's hotel the Tower of Babel, I popped for that.
Well, you know, I consider you to be a little bit of a comedian yourself. So it takes one to know one. And, you know, when we pop each other, it's a high compliment, my brother.
I appreciate it. We are both simpletons, as they say.
No question.
I
saw, by the way, you'll like this. I saw where Ole Miss now, because the Grove is not enough, they're building their own entertainment district now. This is a new thing. I thought Danny White was bringing something fresh, and we're just copying what everybody else is doing.
Whatever can make money, Tony. I mean, I said it on Russ's show. They're just going to remove General Needland's statue and put some up that can make him money, because that statue's not making any money. It don't mean anything to him. Just like G10 doesn't mean anything to him, it does me. It's given me and my friends and generations a lot of good memories, but he doesn't give a damn.
No.
It's just all about the almighty dollar.
Yep. I had a friend the other day say to me, Tony, I got to give you credit. You've turned a parking garage into, I said, a parking garage? I said, G10's not a parking garage to people. G10's a piece of hallowed space, man. He said, yep. you got to be kidding me, Tony. I said, okay, I guess I'm kidding you.
No. But we're going to destroy it. We're going to destroy everything that means something, and then he'll leave town. That's what sucks the most.
Yes. Yes. With like a lot of these people, with a pile of orange and white clothes in the corner. That will be, that'll be sold over at Goodwill.
Yep.
That's
well,
the truth.
Luckily we'll have.
Yeah, that's the truth. I'm telling you the truth, man. What do you think's going to happen?
Yeah, and that's what hurts, because he doesn't care.
Yeah.
He does not care. And meanwhile, we'll be here without our G10 and memories and without our baseball coach, because we put that money into women's basketball.
Interesting.
I love that.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, Tony, that's about all I got. I will say, Danny White for listening, Mr. Gorbachev, don't tear down that wall. Thanks, Tony.
And there's a simpleton who is a total simpleton over on YouTube saying somebody's never heard of the Battery. Oh, I've heard of the Battery. I was there when the stadium first opened, you clown. I know all about it. You want to compare the Battery to building something on a college campus that's already space challenged? Whereas the Battery is built in a
They had a place for the Battery that they could put it easily and build stuff.
yeah, it's a suburban shopping
It's a
mall.
different thing.
Totally different thing. But you be you and you do you. That thing Tennessee's talking about doing is completely unnecessary. It's like a lot of Danny White stuff.
It impedes progress.
Like his traffic deal that he did. Foot traffic. We got to just reimagine that. Why? I don't know. So we can get somebody hurt before a football game? I don't know. But we'll actually go back to the phones. But a buddy of mine, he's like, Tony, I give you credit. You've turned G10 into like Wrigley Field. I said, I didn't turn anything into anything. I said, people tell me that for a lifetime, for generations, they've been a tailgate. He said, you not think they're going to put a parking garage here? I said, well, yeah. Yeah. He said, well, they'll be tailgating there. I said, okay. You know what I mean, Bri? No, I don't know what I mean. I don't know what I mean. Hello, let's get our next call in. You're on the air. Hi.
Hello, Tony.
I really don't know what he means. Is there a full moon tonight, Bri? Billy, what are you watching in the background, buddy?
I'm watching Boston Blue.
Can you mute it,
Let
please?
me put it on hold. Let me put it on hold.
All right. What's this episode of Boston Blue about?
Rites of Passage.
All right.
Donnie Wahlberg, formerly of Blue Bloods, is the star of this show.
Bill, what are your thoughts on this program so far that we've done?
I think it's a wonderful program that you're doing.
Cool. What would you care to add to it that we've touched on today?
Well, Oklahoma and Alabama is going to be playing with one another, and a thought occurred to me: which school of those two schools has the most Heisman Trophy winners? That's a simple answer.
I'm going to go with Oklahoma, right? Because Alabama, up till Sean Alexander, didn't have one.
Yeah, that's
Mark
right.
Ingram
Oklahoma
is who the first Alabama player to win
Was
one.
Mark Ingram one?
That was they didn't have a Heisman before Saban got there.
That's a great point, Brian. Here, I thought it was Sean Alexander.
Who's the last Heisman one? Let's see. There was one player that won the Heisman Trophy who was bench warming for the Arizona Cardinals. What is his name?
Oh, you're talking about
Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray, yeah, the quarterback.
Kyler Murray.
Yeah. Dan Patrick was making a comment on him. He goes, man, he's one guy that will not listen to a coach.
Oh, no.
No matter, so immature, I would have to say, let him go.
He's a totally unlikable player when you watch him on the field. He's a spitting definition of a loser. That's a guy Negaday would love to have.
Ship him to the CFL.
Yeah. Obviously, there aren't enough good quarterbacks, quality quarterbacks in the league. Hey, Bri, you guys saw this Cook guy yesterday from the Jets. He's not a bad player, Bri, if the Jets give him a chance.
No, I think the Jets probably have as good a quarterback as they've had maybe in a long time since Sanchez, if he works out.
They may have found themselves a QB, Bill.
Yeah, I was impressed with what little I saw. Now, they picked him off a few times, but some of those were just in the moment trying to make something happen, and then the DB made a great play.
Bill, what did you think of your Titans yesterday on the left coast?
Well, I didn't watch the game. Instead, I watched Green Bay and Denver.
Pretty good football game there.
Yeah. Well, from what I understand, Cam Moore did not throw an interception. He threw a pair of touchdown passes. He looked pretty good, even though his team lost.
Yep.
He threw one to Jeffrey Simmons.
Yeah. And let's see what else, Tony. Well, all the game, when I had my nice little private fireside chat with you and Gold Brick Joe yesterday, it was wrong.
Bill, what's going on with your cell phone? You've had a month of really good connectivity. Good gosh, Bill. I'm going to put him on hold and reconnect with, because I got to hear him. Because he wants to bring something up, I know. But in the meantime, the playbook with William Pattison on the way next.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
So, Bill, we ought to turn that Sunday NFL preview into like a podcast where you and Joe go back and forth. I basically hit mute and listen to y'all break these games down scientifically. Bill, you were saying.
And let's see. I got the Philadelphia Raider game right. I got the Rams Lions game right. And so it seems like I did quite well in my predictions last night when we had our little fireside chat.
Bill, is there something that happened in Hollywood yesterday that you want to mention here on the way out?
Yes, I hated to hear about Rob Reiner. I'll always remember him when he started in All in the Family. Carol O'Connor, what name that Carol O'Connor called him when he co-starred in All in the Family? Meathead.
That was an utterly great ensemble cast. I saw a video of Jean Stapleton. She was on with Dick Cavett in the 70s. And he said to her, would you do Edith's voice? Because Jean Stapleton was kind of a lovely lady, and she's very demure. And she said, no, I will not do that for you. She said, I only do that if I'm getting paid. I thought, gaw.
And also, B. Arthur made some cameo appearances on that show, Tony.
Lady Godiva was a freedom fighter.
She had her own show that didn't last long.
I love And Then There's Maud.
Maud.
There's Maud.
And
sing it, Bill. Sing And Then There's Maud,
then the
Bill.
Golden Girls.
Sing And Then There's Maud, Bill.
Yeah, and then there's Maud.
And then
that's
there's
all
Maud.
I can say.
And then there's Maud.
I'll tell you who else was pretty good on that show. Adriana Bordeaux played Maud's daughter.
No, Barbeau.
Barbeau.
Not Bordeaux, you clown. Adrian Barbeau.
Adrian Barbeau.
Kind of like Gary Barbaro, but Adrian Barbeau, not to be confused with Vincent Yarbrough.
Okay. Very, very beautiful lady.
There was some really horrible, what would you call it, like a thriller type movie in the 80s she was in that used to air on those pay channels. And never mind, I'm going to get myself in trouble here. Adrian Barbeau, not to be confused, Bri, with Vincent Yarborough
or Bro.
Bro. Now, how do you say Vincent Yarborough's name? Was it Yarborough or Yarbrough, Bri?
I think it was Yarbrough.
Yep. Are there any other
You have
bros,
this
Bill?
Flippin' Bro Show.
Bill, are there any other bros that you would care to bring to the table here?
That's the only ones I can That's the only one that I can think of right there, Tony.
But you thought Adrienne Barbeau's name was... What'd you call her?
I called her Adrienne Barbeau.
No, you didn't.
I did. All right, Bardo. Oh, I called her Adrienne Bardot.
Who reminds you of Brigitte Bardot. Who's from where, Bill? Who is from where?
Huh?
Who is, where was Brigitte Bardot born?
She was born in Paris, France.
Do you find her attractive?
Not, looking at the pictures of her lately, no, but in her prime, Tony, she was hot. Today, she isn't.
Chrissy Hine from The Pretenders talked about her in a song. Brigitte Bardot. In the middle of one of their tunes. And what was she, Bill, back in the day?
In her prime, she was...
Hey, Bill?
Yeah.
In your phone call, you're out of here. Brian, do you have a thought on that call?
No, but I think Edith acted like a meathead more than Mike Stivic did.
She was incredible on that show. That show was...
They were great.
Sherman Hensley was on that show.
Sammy Davis Jr. made a cameo.
Sammy Davis Jr. came and kissed Carol O'Connor. That was one of the greatest things I've ever seen.
Julio from the Sanford Sun was a cameo on there.
I love me some Julio. Swamp Thing was Real Mr. Hubbs reminded me that Barbeau was in. Not to be confused with Gary Barbaro of the New Jersey Generals, and not to be confused with Vincent Yarbrough. Or the saying that Andy Kofer used to say, which is bro. Back to the phones we go. Jeff McCarter saying Z, the show wouldn't float. Hey, Jeff, you don't have a sense of humor. You can't engage. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. Let's talk about the third team backup center, Jeff. Something that speaks to you, my friend. Talk about the third team backup center, Jeff. Hello and welcome into the next call.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Joshy boy, you're considering our set of 5 love songs in a row here, brah.
Yeah, you guys, you were right, Tony. The line's out. It's Louisville -1.5 on DraftKings.
Let's freaking go. And I want to talk to Joshy boy about the implications of that right after this.
TB here for Cedar Bluff Plumbing, a live and local company that's been serving our area for over 32 years and counting, because every customer counts, and I mean no job is too small. Cedar Bluff Plumbing just voted #1 by City View magazine because multiple plumbing experts are on call to serve all your plumbing needs. Chances are there'll be a plumber in your area when you call, and they won't send some salesman to your house. You're going to get a high character, trustworthy, highly trained plumber who will serve you. Not like some of these guys that look like they came off the set of America's Most Wanted. Cedar Bluff Plumbing is Basilio tested and approved and will go the extra mile for you because Chucky Mack is a servant of the people and my consigliere to the throne, celebrating over 32 years of serving living volunteers. Cedar Bluff Plumbing. Call 588-4448. That's 588-4448. Cedar Bluff Plumbing.
Calhoun's invites you to leave the cooking to us all holiday season long. Between now and the end of the year. Feast without the fuss when you host at the holidays. Don't you dare cook. Go absolutely next level with this offer between now and the first of the year. Calhoun's is offering an incredible deal on delicious turkey or prime rib dinner. You could feed from 5 to 10 people at your home holiday gathering, not lift a finger of preparation. The turkey dinner comes with amazing sides like mashed potatoes, peas, melt in your mouth gravy, dressing to die for, fresh rolls, cranberry sauce, and homemade cheesecake. And the prime rib dinner features amazing melt in your mouth prime rib, fresh mashed potatoes, au jus, green beans, gravy, rolls, horseradish sauce, and delicious fresh baked cheesecake. This amazing offering is available now through the new year. Call to place your order today. More information found at holidayfeedpack.com. Again, that's holidayfeedpack.com. Feast without the fuss this holiday season with Calhoun's, the taste of Tennessee.
Brr, it's getting cold outside. Is your heating system ready for winter? Don't wait to find out. Pipe Wrench's $79 heating system tune-up ensures your HVAC is ready for those cold nights so your home stays warm, safe, and worry-free all winter long. Our certified technicians inspect, clean, and fine-tune every part of your HVAC system for maximum efficiency and comfort. And with our same-day service guarantee, you won't be left out in the cold waiting for help. We make it easy with free on-site estimates for replacements and free second opinions on repairs. Call or schedule your $79 heating system tune-up online today at pipewrench.com. We are committed to keeping your home cozy and worry-free this holiday season. Pipe Wrench Home Services, trusted in Knoxville, Maryville, Oak Ridge, and neighboring communities for over 20 years. And as always, same-day service guaranteed or the visit is free. For standard systems only, visit pipewrench.com for details.
College football fans, Chris Fowler here with the play call. This season, go for Dose with ice-cold, refreshing Dos Equis. It's more than a single play. It's a mindset. Think of it as a two-point conversion for real life. Taking the risk, making the bold move. Whenever we get the chance to go big, we take it. On the field and off, always go for Dose with Dos Equis.
Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2024 Dos Equis Lager Especial Beer. Imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
Something not working right? Got a problem with your heating or plumbing? Right now, Pipe Wrench Home Services is making it easy to fix it fast with 50% off any HVAC or plumbing repair. Whether your HVAC needs some persuasion or your plumbing needs repaired, our certified technicians will be there right away to get you fixed fast. Have other plumbing or HVAC problems? We make it easy with free on-site estimates on replacements and free second opinions on repairs. So call or schedule your appointment online today at pipewrench.com and save 50% off any repair up to $500 all month long. We are committed to keeping your home cozy and worry-free this holiday season. Pipe Wrench Home Services, trusted in Knoxville, Maryville, Oak Ridge, and neighboring communities for over 20 years. And as always, same-day service guaranteed or the visit is free. This limited time offer is good for
Josh,
residential
boys
services
fired me
only.
up, folks.
Visit
Be prepared me
pipewrench.com
today.
for details.
Achillio here, and you know my friends at Carnes Motor Company started with a dream over a quarter century ago. I met Rob and Brian back when I still had hair, and they were working at a huge dealership in West Knoxville. But they told me back then they wanted to sell cars on their terms, and I wanted to do radio on my terms. Their terms, just like my terms, are ultimately your terms. In both cases, you're the winner. A Car Guru's National Award winner with a 5-star rating on all sites, just like our Vols. Everything about buying a car from Carnes Motor Company is no hassle. They specialize in high-quality pre-owned vehicles between the $5,000 to $25,000 range. And if you need to sell a car, they'll either buy your car or they'll help you sell it. Carnes Motor Company also has a top-notch service department. Therefore, every vehicle is rigorously inspected and serviced prior to delivery. So you're guaranteed to get a quality pre-owned vehicle every time. If you need a place for service, they've got you covered. Come be a part of the Carnes Motor Company family and tell them you heard about it from me. Online at carnesmotor.com, Oak Ridge Highway, 1 mile past the Carnes light. Carnes Motor Company.
Basilio here reminding you that when you want to sell your extra tickets to the game, you don't want to give your life away online with all your personal information just because you want to sell a few extra tickets. Clark Moore at Select Ticket Service will gladly buy your extra game tickets and your extra parking passes. And the best part? Clarky Boy pays cash. 865-919-1016. 865-919-1016. Clarky Boy pays cash at Select Ticket Service. Clarky Boy pays cash.
All right, ladies and germs, back with you. Somebody online was wondering if I misidentified the Pretenders as being somebody that had a song lyric that mentioned Brigitte Bardot, but in Message of Love, Chrissy Hynde sings, "Oh, it's good, good, good," like Brigitte Bardot. I love the Pretenders. Middle of the Road's a great jam. Chrissy Hynde's next level, dude. She's from right up there in Brown's country, where they suck out loud. Brian, how about the Cleveland Clowns? Are you for them or against them at this point?
Well, I just thought the Cleveland Browns, the Bengals, and the Raiders all had really had a nice collective effort yesterday. Really? I think they scored 3 points, 1 point per team combined.
865-200-5402. Jeff McCarter has gotten on my nerves, so I blocked him. I will unblock him at some point, but I just had to block him because he got on my nerves. And you know what? Like Bino said, when you're on an unsponsored overtime segment and you're in here and somebody gets on your nerves, you just block them. You just turn right around and put them on block, Joshy boy. And then you announce it. You just announce it, Joshy boy, because I'm a man and I'm 40. You know what I mean, Joshy boy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Tony, that was a really good game yesterday between Buffalo and New England.
It was a hell of a game. How about the way Buffalo, middle of the second quarter, just caught fire? They just caught fire on those guys, man.
Buffalo scored 21 unanswered points.
Crazy.
To start the third quarter.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I think I sent this to you yesterday, Tony. At halftime, Dave Portnoy from Barstool said this was over. Get the hats and T-shirts ready. That Buffalo was done.
Let's go.
Yep. I think Dave Portnoy is a punk and a clown.
He's a really smart guy, man. He's really played that space really well.
Yeah. And I have Buffalo, Tony, over 12.5 wins in a few weeks. Your Philadelphia Eagles are standing in the way from getting to 13 wins. Buffalo's got the Cleveland Clowns next week, then Philadelphia the week after that.
Yeah, well, the Eagles don't have any incentive now to play because we have nobody in our division that can play. We literally play the Deadskins on Saturday afternoon. Like, what's the point in that?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you think they can play? You think the Deadskins can play?
I thought the Redskin-Eagle rivalry was going to get back here it was after last year.
And what happened to the Dallas Cowgirls last night against Minnesota?
Cowgirls, man, I'll tell you what they do. They execute in the moment when it matters.
They do, yeah.
They really.
They're pretty something else.
Oh, they have a meaner about them, Joshy boy, down the stretch in these games. I'll tell you one thing. A couple of those Cowboy fans that were appearing in my YouTube after they beat the Eagles a couple weeks ago. Let me see. Hang on.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Okay.
Hang on, Joshy boy. Hang on. Hang on.
All right.
Hang on, Josh.
Okay.
I'm looking here and there. I'm looking everywhere, and I'm looking for a Cowboy fan.
Yeah, where are the Cowboy fans?
For love. I said, I'm looking for a love, and I'm looking here and there, and I'm looking everywhere. Have you ever heard the lyrics to I'm Looking for a Love by Bobby Womack?
No, I haven't, but I'll have to YouTube it and listen to it some point today.
You would laugh.
Laugh out loud.
Some of the ladies listening to us right now, I bet Leslie wouldn't like the... I'm gonna grab these lyrics real quick. Let me get the lyrics for this.
Hey, Tony, do you think Sydney Sweeney is on Titans Bill's top women of color?
She is too young. She's is too young. Being Brian, here's I'm Looking for a Love. Brian, you ever heard it? Brian, have you ever heard I'm Looking for Love?
I don't think I have.
All right, the
maybe
song goes, I'm looking
heard it,
here
maybe
and
I would
there.
have recognized
I'm
it.
looking everywhere, and I'm looking, and I'm looking, and I'm looking for a love.
All right.
Who's the Monday night game tonight, Joshy boy?
It's the Dolphins and Lim Weirdo Steelers.
Someone to get up in the morning and rub my head. I'm looking for a love to call my own. Someone to fix me some breakfast and bring it to my bed. I'm looking for a love to call my own. Someone to do a little housework and back me with and back me with again. I'm looking for a love to call my own with lots of love and kisses and people until then. What kind of lyric is that? He wants his breakfast in bed. He wants her to cook and clean.
Tony.
If I wrote a song like that for Laura, she'd beat me.
She'd slap your face.
She'd slap the hell out of my fat face.
But in all seriousness, what do you think about Dwayne Brown starting tomorrow for Tennessee?
I'm surprised it's not Carey. I guess the thought is let's reward Dwayne Brown. And Dwayne Brown in their rotation, Josh, has sort of gotten squeezed a little bit, I would say. Yeah. Maybe they've decided that they're going to give him a second crack at it.
I hate to say it to the Cade Phillips lovers, Tony, but Cade has sucked out loud this season so far.
Brian,
we're not going to miss him this season.
That's not fair at all, dude. He's been sick.
But he used to be up at the rim in athletics.
He's had a bad shoulder. That kind of matters for a big man.
Yeah, it's not fair at all, Josh. He couldn't even lift his arm up. What are you talking about?
I know he can't help that he got hurt, but I hate to break it to the Cade Phillips lovers. He sucked this season.
Maybe this shorter rotation might help clear some things up a little bit.
I said
it could help him.
I'm looking for a love.
I think that's a fair point.
I'm looking for a love.
But Tony, I hate to break it to you guys. If we lose tomorrow, it could be bad going into the SEC.
Josh, you want to sing I'm Looking for a Love to Call My Own while I sing these lyrics?
I don't want to.
What do you make, Joshy boy, of the Vols being an underdog tomorrow? At home for the first time in forever.
Back against the wall. I'm really going to be positive. Take the Vols to cover and take them on the money line. We need a bounce back game at home, and I think we get them tomorrow. So, what do you think, Tony? Do you think they win?
Yeah, I agree with that. I think anytime you've got a team with their back against the wall, I'm with the concept, yeah.
This sort of looks like the Syracuse spot in reverse. Tennessee is playing Syracuse's role.
Yep.
And Louisville sort of is playing the role of Tennessee in that game.
Here's the
it's
problem.
that in reverse.
Here's the problem, Bri.
Yeah.
Louisville can really shoot the basketball.
They can.
And Tennessee can't. But going into the Syracuse game, Tennessee was much better offensively than Louis Vegas. So We'll see what happens. Josh, you're the man.
Hey, yeah, Tony, out the door, my Goofon's Mover of the Year award goes to Timmy the Pooh and his squat and drop defense canceled. See ya.
What'd he say?
What? Sounds like he said Winnie the Pooh.
So the Vols are now a 1.5-point doggy dog. By the way, I'm looking to see Snoop Dogg cover curling. He really adds a lot to NBC's coverage. And will they have a hockey rink in Milano? My people are, shall we say, embarrassing themselves. Rodney Rice looks like he's out for the year. Sorsby is now in the portal. Parents live here in Knoxville. Let's see. What else is going on? Oh, Bri, the backstory on what happened with... If you would have told me that talented freshman quarterback, DJ Lagway at Florida last year, that it would have turned out like this for him, I wouldn't have believed you. But you know, like the old American poet once said, it's like this and like this and like this and and it's like that and like this and like that and it's like this. I channel little fat boys there with. Bino likes when I do that. I do that for Bino. Brian, give me the full report here. Hit it.
CBS Sports says that Lagway wanted to stay there at Florida, but the initial meeting between him and the new staff didn't go well at all. They asked him they challenged him and asked him what he's about as a player, and they must not have liked his answer. So do with that what you will.
So that's pretty interesting. You know what that tells me? The Summerall guy's got a chance. Because he got no time for fools. You know how much pressure is on all these guys to win right away? And just to tell a quarterback who can play a little bit, right? No room for you.
Yeah.
Just to tell a quarterback that. No room for you, bruh. Take some guts, man. Take some guts. So W. Linsbreath, in light of Derek Hunt resigning today out at Maryville, said if Georgie Boy Quarles would have waited another week, he could have gotten his old Maryville High School coaching gig back. That's an interesting development there. Thank you, W. Linsbreath. And congratulations to Jeremy Pruitt, a preliminary injunction against the NCAA and a show cause. I'll tell you what Jeremy Pruitt would be good at in today's day and age is a player personnel guy on one of these staffs. I mean, I know he would want to be a on-field assistant, and rightfully so, but if I brought him in as an on-field assistant, I would give him a hand in the player personnel thing. That guy knew what SEC football players look like. He left us a pretty good team.
He adds more value to a staff, most value than those other loser coaches would just without being a head coach. But keep in mind, he should never, ever be a head coach.
No.
But he would add value. He'd add more value than Butch would. He'd add more value than Dooley would.
I mean, that conversation about Butch and Dooley and that whole era, you talk about a tallest midget contest. How's Dooley polling, Bri? Have you seen?
No, I haven't, but he's listening to everybody now.
Yeah, he's on a listening.
He is listening.
For the first
time.
So
his ears are open.
For the first time in his life. He's got his mouth closed and he's listening to people.
He's not like putting up plumb lines. And
the plumb line thing in his office is one of the greatest things ever. How he had his boxes and his assistant was in there plumb lining things before they moved the boxes because he wanted his desk up on a riser. Shh.
Wonder if he's listening to the guy selling them lights at the hardware store.
I said, I'm looking for a love. Bri, have you ever heard that song? It's most politically incorrect. Most politically incorrect.
Know.
Oh, my God. Bino played it for me one day. We're down in Lenore City. Because for some reason, Womack's catalog just got, I don't know. I just had some blind spots in my R&B. But Bino, man, Bino keep you upright. Shout out to my friends. McCarter, I didn't mean to block you, buddy, but you were getting on my nerves, so I blocked you. Laura said it might be time to get off the air. She's right. But I mean, I didn't mean to block you, but I kind of meant to block you. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't want
you and
that
him better
happen.
have an off-air conversation.
Well, no, I don't want to talk to him, but I just want him to know that he was getting on my nerves. And when you get on my nerves, I'm going to block you. I mean, I'm on here. It's not sponsored. I played like a break in here just to kind of, I don't know, justify doing it. And, but geez, man. You know? And when you get on my nerves, you're going to, I don't know, you're going to get blocked. Shout out to my friends at VIP Play. The Vols are going to be a doggy dog. Brian, I'm going to play the Vols to win outright tomorrow. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I think the spot, them coming home, they haven't had a home game in a month. So the crowd, probably for the first time this year, is going to be, I think, a real factor. And we'll see if Louisville handles that well. They didn't handle Arkansas all that well, although they didn't get blown out. So they'll be going into another hostile arena.
What do you make, Bri, of tonight's Monday night game?
It's going to be cold. I think the Dolphins are maybe in a situation where if they lose, they're eliminated.
Yep.
I don't know the exact scenario there, but 12 of the 32 teams are out of the playoff hunt. Eliminated. So
with 3 weeks to
go,
they
get down to 14. Yeah, there's still 3 weeks to go, and there's 12 teams have already eliminated. So there won't be a lot of drama coming down the last 3 weeks.
That's not the way the league's designed.
Because so many teams suck.
Wow. Go claim your VIP Play welcome bonus. Bet $20, get $100 in bonus bets instantly. The promo code and the phrase that pays is TN Tony. Live always, 200-plus leagues, numerous bet types, all kinds of props, all kinds of options for the Monday night game. And the basketball Vols tomorrow. We'll be on with Garza Law, Tennessee basketball overtime as soon as that one ends tomorrow night. If you have a bet in mind and you can't find it at your book, VIP Play will create it as long as it's a compliant event or bet type in the state of Tennessee. VIP Play, that's why everybody gets treated like a VIP at VIP Play. And if you have a gambling problem, 800-889-9789, 21 and over, located in the great state of Tennessee, to place a bet. So, pretty next level. Pretty next level. So, now we've got Sorsby in the portal. You know who I want, Bri? And I don't think he's in the portal yet.
The Nebraska QB is in the portal.
That Riola guy blows. Yep. That's the guy just got hurt at Kansas City. He's the fake version of Pat Mahomes. Boy, that was brutal yesterday when Mahomes got hurt, man.
Yeah, I hate to see that. And you don't know, that could be a franchise-altering type thing because going forward, he has to, he's going to be exposed more because he has to run. Brady, at least, he doesn't run. So he was able to come back and play a lot longer. I hate to see that, though.
We're going to go back to the phones. I've switched it up today. Lovely Miss L made me chicken quesadillas today. Damn, these were good. These be good, Bri. Hi, welcome in. You're on the air.
Hey,
Hey, Tony. This is Lukey Dome.
Hey, Domer. Welcome in, buddy.
Hey, I was impressed that they took your advice and hired Jim Knowles. That was a pretty good deal. I'm glad you gave him a heads up there.
Luke, we do what we can here, man.
You did a good job. The basketball team, they've got too many new players at once, but they're a lot better than they have been because they got that guy inside that can score every time he gets the ball. And he's going to really be something. And they got a lot of good outside shooters. So it's just going to take them time to get together. Barnes will have them playing real well.
Brian, have you seen that so far? They got a lot of good outside shooters on this team.
Well, we haven't seen it yet, but hopefully we will.
Mm-hmm.
Gillespie got hot in one game or two.
Yeah. We'll beat Louisville tomorrow night, I think. It's been a home game. I'm trying to keep up with Vitello, Tony. I try to go out there to San Francisco and see what's going on, so that's going to be fun to do.
Nice.
And we should have got an interview with him.
Oh, we will. Once it all calms down.
Yeah, we'll really be keeping up with him this year. And as far as Mac Holmes go, he was hurt last week. He shouldn't have played yesterday. I watched his game last week, and he was hurt then.
Yeah, he was gimping around. He's a tough guy. You know, he's the type of guy that people say what they want to say about Pat Mahomes, but he is an absolute gamer. He is their franchise. He's an incredible talent. And Brian's right. He's a tremendous loss. But it all fell in on Kansas City this year. Nothing went right for them.
And here's another thing on the football team. You and I know we beat Georgia. That little kid that had a baby face when he missed that field goal. We won that game, so I think they've been 9-3. So I'm gonna give them a B minus. I would have gave them a minus, but since we lost that game, give them a B minus.
B minus for the season, 8-4.
Or 8-4, yeah.
Yeah, B minus.
Well, you could say C plus if you want to, but we won that Georgia game really. So here's something that y'all not gonna like, but I think we should bring Butch Jones, Jeremy Pruitt, and Dooley, and any of the other coaches that we've lost back into the fold. Mm-hmm. We gotta love these guys because they could, in some kind of way, help us in recruiting. So if we love them, they may help us a little bit. And Pruitt was really, I didn't approve of what he did, but he would have been a great coach if he'd stayed out of trouble because he was a great defensive coach.
He was he knew football players, man.
Yeah.
I just don't think him being a head coach was just not
meant to be for him.
No.
Well, we all make mistakes. I made 100 of them.
Mistakes, I made a few.
Yeah.
Frank Sinatra.
I think that'd be nice if you could interview all three of them and they'd come on, and that would be something. It'd be something people would listen to.
How many interviews has Butch Jones done locally, Bride? Do you know of any?
I haven't heard. I don't think anybody's ever reached out or would want him because he would be just a segment full of cliches and whatnot.
Dobbsy should get to stepping on that, man. You know?
Hey, Tony.
Yep.
I don't know if you want to tell us, is 1340, are they history?
No. What happened is the transmitter blew up.
Oh.
So they're having to get it replaced. And that's not an overnight thing.
I wonder what caused that.
I don't know, man. I don't know. But it's currently
I hate
running.
what happened to Rob Reiner, and they got to do something about that. That's the second one or third one that's happened where somebody's broke into these people's homes out in Hollywood.
Well, they say it was
his son.
They say it was a
wasn't it?
son. Yeah, they say it was a son, Luke.
So he didn't have to break in.
Yeah, it's really hard to, like a lot of the violence that occurs, it's generally going to be of a domestic variety, which is very sad.
Oh, that's really sad there.
Yep.
That's so sad.
Yeah, man. The kid, apparently the son has some kind of substance issues and, just a tough world we're living in, buddy.
Did they have more than one kid? I mean, was he the only kid they had? Or?
No, I think that they had more children. I think that he had a child from his marriage to Penny Marshall, and then I think that with this other lady here, they were married for a long time. I saw where they met when Harry Met Sally. He was doing that movie. And he was so in love with this woman that he married and stayed married to the rest of his life that he changed the ending to that movie where they stayed together. So, thank you, my friend. Good talking to you.
See you soon. See you at the park.
Yeah. Love you, bro. Yeah. Once it warms up, I look forward to hopefully seeing you out there. Let's go back to our phones. Hello, welcome in. You're on the air.
Hey, Tone.
Yo.
It was Zach in E-Town.
What's up, man? What's up, brother? How you doing?
So many things to talk about. I just wanted to piggyback off of that, what that last caller said. Rob Reiner gave us 3 amazing films. As a musician, Spinal Tap. I mean, how many times has something like that happened to you? Princess Bride with the soundtrack, or a score done by Mark Knopfler, and of course, When Harry Met Sally, and Annie was Meathead too. So R.I.P. to that guy.
Didn't he also do the movie with the kids in the train track? What's that movie?
Stand by Me. Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. I mean, all 3 American classics with amazing soundtracks. That dude loved music.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to give the team a C for their performance. I'm sorry, a D for their actual performance. But I'm going to adjust that up to a C for the fact that even though our wins were against crap teams, they were exciting because they were, last minute. Even though we didn't look well, they were at least exciting. Whether that's good or bad.
Oh, everything was a game this year, no doubt about it, man.
But then I'm going to take off a half of a grade for not putting the gas on. But like I said, I don't think they had the gas on Florida, because hanging a 50 on Florida would have just righted a lot of wrongs.
That has no impact on my grade. They won that game and they were up 28-0 and never were threatened in a place they haven't won in 25 years almost. So I don't care about them not scoring in the second half.
You said it, Brian.
I do care about them not scoring in the second half against Vanderbilt.
Well, that's true, but Brian, I believe you said at halftime, hey, let's put 70 on these guys.
No, it was me that said that. It was me.
Oh, that was you? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I agree.
Because I'm low class. But here's the thing.
Well, me too.
Here's the thing about the Heupel era that I don't understand. Josh Heupel, the first 2 years, would have absolutely pummeled Florida that night.
Yep.
And I don't know what changed. I don't know. I don't pretend to know what changed. But, God, man, he's different now. He would have absolutely gone out there and worn Florida out in the second half. And the more I think about the Vandy game, Brian's right. For some reason, this guy is so risk averse. You should have
onside kick.
Try to make a special teams play, man.
Yeah, or pushed one up in the air, or done something.
Try to steal a game, Try to steal a game here.
Honestly, his plays. Now, I played in high school for Jason Witten's grandpa back in the 90s.
Nice.
Yeah, he was a good coach. I mean, the plays that Tennessee runs, they look like some stuff that we ran in high school. Not to be, we didn't do a whole lot of screens, but of course they don't either. So
football's football, my man. Football's football, my man.
It is, but there's time. There's a time to get somewhat creative. So my grade is going to be a D plus for all that. Having said all that, as far as I'm assuming Nega Dave called in. I think I saw something where he ripped Barnes. It probably was Cameron Carr related.
It was all about Cameron Carr.
Really? Because I saw some chatter.
This guy doesn't like shooters.
Right, but I mean, what was Cam Carr doing last year? How many points was he scoring last year?
Cam Carr was never going to play here. You know why?
Nope.
Because Cam Carr didn't want to be here.
Yeah. It's just he's if he was scoring 6 points at Baylor, no one would give two craps.
It's such a weird thing to say about Rick Barnes. He doesn't like offensive basketball players when they literally haven't been an underdog in their building in 5 years. I mean, what are you talking about, Dave?
Yeah, Dave, come on now. And I got to also say this. Why have we saved our only marquee home game for the non-conference till the point where I think, graduation was, I believe, on Friday. So a good amount of the students are gone. I'm pretty sure that they're gone.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I wish we would have had this game earlier when we could have had some rowdier fans in the building, even though we pushed them totally to the margins. But we'll be there.
Thank you, my brother. You're the man.
See ya.
Thank you. I'll be there in spirit. Are you going over tomorrow, Bri?
No, I won't be over tomorrow.
Let me look at something real quick. See what the high temperature is tomorrow. Because I'm going to tell you how
it'll be a little bit warmer.
I'm going to tell you how dedicated our fans are.
49 tomorrow.
Our fans are feeling this. Yeah. High
so that won't be
49,
bad at all.
But let's see what the hourly is going to bring. So tomorrow, when you're going to, that's not going to be bad at all. It'll be 45 degrees and clear when you're going to the game tomorrow. And then at night, 37, 38. Hey, Brian, last night, it was colder than a witch's titite out there last night. Do you feel me?
Yeah, I made sure to get in and not go out until not to go out again.
Yeah.
That was bad. I mean,
I
it
laid
sort of,
around all day
fortunately,
yesterday.
it didn't hang around long. It just kind of came and went.
I laid around all day yesterday. I got this, I don't know, little sinusy thing that I get around this time of the year usually. I usually get my one sinus infection, a real good one, each year around this time. But I've been staving it off so far. But hope
the Bears and the Browns played in minus 10 wind chills, and the Browns scored about that many points.
You're the man. Very interesting, though, conversation today. I appreciate everybody that's engaged the Senate. And, Bri, love you. Tomorrow we'll have Dixon. We'll have the great John Adams in the house. Matt Dixon will be here, I believe.
We'll preview Louisville.
Yeah, we're going to do a Louisville preview, and I believe we're also going to grab Penske.
Going to congratulate Brian Penske.
Yeah.
And one word on the Chiefs. It's amazing. They got eliminated with still almost a month's worth of games to play.
Isn't that amazing?
And we're fortunate to even be around that long.
And that just shows you how good the AFC is, though, right now compared to the damn NFC. The Eagles it is truly the NFC least because the Eagles aren't very good
now,
either.
Seattle and the Rams are pretty good.
No, the Eagles aren't very good. I'm talking about our division. The Eagles are terrible. The Eagles will not live to tell in the playoffs. They won't be there long. See, I'm not afraid to look at my team and I call it like I see it. Of course, I didn't think they were going to win it all last year, but a guy emailed me and said, "You are just an obnoxious, miserable piece of shit person. I can't stand you." And I'm like, dude, you listen every day. I mean, I don't know what it says about you, but obviously if you know that I was that down on my team, He goes, you can't enjoy anything, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, I'm pretty hard on the Eagles, though, down through the years. I will say that. Because they've just ripped my heart out so many times. That's why I relate to people here when I'm like, hey, man, get on board. I'll tell fans, sometimes people here won't believe things are real till they're too real. But the Eagles from pillar to post last year were dominant. And in that league, when you dominate like that and you lose a bunch of defensive players, it happened to both franchises. The Eagles are just, they're a few years ahead of the Chiefs, if you were on the curve, or the Chiefs are a few years ahead of the Eagles. Eventually, you got to pay your quarterback. You got to pay, that's how the league's designed. And that's why, Brian, what's remarkable is how many teams are already eliminated with a month left?
12 are eliminated, 6 from each conference.
That just doesn't seem
and
possible.
They only have to eliminate 6 more before the playoffs start.
That's
get down to 14.
If the NFL continues that, they become a boring and staid product. If that continues for the NFL. It's
the last month of the season usually is the best part, and it's not with that many teams, unless they decided, well, we'll go ahead and just shrink the playoffs down to 12 like we used to.
Yes.
That's the only way they could do it. That would sort of make it more tension again.
Nega Dave sharing with me that the Eagles have won 2 Super Bowls in 7 years. I got you, Dave. I know. But Nega Dave, if you were an Eagle fan, you'd be bitching about it. You know why? Because you're a Nega. You'd fit right in with me in Negadelphia. That's what they call those people, the Negadelphians. Brian, do you like the term Negadelphians?
I like the term nega anything.
Yes. Dave is so great, though, when he'll go, guys, it's Dave. But he has a sense of humor. Bino popped him a couple weeks ago on a Friday, and we were down there at Calhoun's. I couldn't believe it. Oh. He giggled at Bino. Bino, feel better. Great Mark Griffin, feel better. We love you. We appreciate you. Brian, anything else you'd care to add?
Well, just stay warm. Bino, get better.
Stay warm, Bino, get better. We love you. We appreciate you. Thank you. We support you. G to the B to the O. Get to feeling better, Bino. Love. And for those that want to relive the fun, the frivolity, the passion, the intrigue, what we did today, the amazing stuff, everything that happened today that was just completely outstanding. We'll have some portal stuff up for you tomorrow. Some thoughts. I'm going to dig around tonight and try to figure out what's going on. Hope to do better than we did on the damn defensive coordinator deal. That's one thing you get from me. You got to say, I'm not afraid to, I'm not afraid to admit it. You go on some wild goose chases sometimes. Up next, tips are always appreciated. Which is what this feels here like,
Here at TonyBasilio.com, home of the Tony Basilio Show.
Bum, 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 bum. Thank you, Alan. We ship floors, Alan. Love you, bro. Da, 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 da. Bum, 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 bum.
FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville and W289CU Knoxville. Fan Run Radio.
Yours truly, Tony Basilio, and you rocking it out on a Monday.